Somber Diablo music leads us into our second series of the day because we are about to say goodbye to our fifth team. Excuse me, I ruined the moment, but a moment of silence anyway. For one of these teams is about to be eliminated. We're about to find out who is fourth place in the HeroesCCL, as presented by Roll20. I am your co-streamer for today, Tetcher. Sup? Let's get ready for what will be our second series of the day and final series of the day. Let's find out what they are fighting for. As you can see, Simplicity were able to continue their spree of 3-1s and defeat Wildheart Esports in an insane series. But Simplicity make it into the grand finals. Meaning Wildheart Esports, they sit in that losers finals waiting for their opportunity, for their chance at revenge. But they have to wait for these two teams fighting for survival and their own chance at that grand final match. CrowdControl and Oxygen Esports. These will be our teams heading into this final series of the day. Every single one of these teams now is looking for an opportunity for revenge against Simplicity, except for Oxygen, who is the only team left in this top 4 who has never lost to Simplicity. Fun fact. Fun fact there, Oxygen are the only team left. CrowdControl and Wildhearts losing in the upper part of this bracket. Oxygen Esports yet to lose to Simplicity. But Oxygen Esports, they will have their own revenge story, as they would have to fight through Wildheart Esports, who knocks them down into this lower part of the bracket. And of course, when these two teams went against each other, Oxygen won in a 3-1. So they'd be looking for a little bit of revenge there. Gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting for Oxygen. They have to get there first. That's what they went against Wildhearts. But when Oxygen Esports went against CrowdControl... Oh, we have a game. 1 second, let me find the statistic quickly for you. When Oxygen Esports went against CrowdControl... When did they go against CrowdControl? Why can't I find that? When did that game happen? There we go. When they went against CrowdControl, it was 3-2 in CrowdControl's favor. So Oxygen Esports, they have their first revenge coming up. Let's see what they can do. We're heading in for game number 1 of our second series of the day. Unholy White, thank you very much for the follow. And thank you everyone who's been so generous today. Some amazing donations. Incredibly generous from people watching at home. Big shout outs to the donators today, the Force DK and Salticoon. Thank you very much, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed today, including Casey Court, Trelana Bloodwind, which is a fantastic name, of course. We have and Linehouse gifting some subs, and of course Tramerston dropping a sub as well. Medivh makes it through the ban and is immediately picked up by Oxygen Esports. We are underway. We are, of course, trying to make it to our 100 sub goal before the end of January, and then we're going to try and just consistently keep 100. If we keep doing so, we will raise that goal. Madara is the Medivh player for Oxygen here, so sneaking that in. CrowdControl, Diablo and Hanzo straight away for them. The much more European style, of course, as they are a full European team. The only full European team left. Oxygen running their single European player, Banana H. The French support himself. I believe there is at least a European player on every single remaining team, if I am correct. No, Wildhearts do not. Wildheart have no Europeans. Okay, I am incorrect. Alrighty. Yrel taken out of action, as is Vala, removing that hyper carry style Oxygen have run in the last week's games. Sorry, in yesterday's games. Wow, it feels like a week ago. Anduin and D.Va. Alrighty, still sticking with a very much a brawl and stun focused composition. They've got some great immortal race here. D.Va race is pretty good actually. The Anduin, very good as a counter to Garrosh, try and remove people from action here. And yeah, not Stukov for once. Stukov is being taken by Oxygen Esports. The Anduin is a little bit of a variation. We're getting something different this time. Sylvanas and Sonya coming in here for them. That's a Sonya offlane. Sylvanas is the hyper carry here. And now CrowdControl. Final pick for Rutsao. Second damage dealer, ranged or melee, or a third bruiser to match with the more Wild Heart focused compositions and the Simplicity focused compositions. Or a double support. Uther has been banned away, so it's a little less likely. What do we see? Zarya again. The second Zarya we've seen. First one did lose its game, but did put on quite a performance, quite a good delay strategy. This is something we do know that Wild Hearts have run before. I forgot to start the predictions. They're starting now. You guys have 5 minutes to vote in those. The prediction has begun. Make sure you get those votes in with your lovely bits. Wait. Did we miss a pick? Did they just change it before we saw the pick? Or am I or did I make a mistake there? Did I just look away at the wrong time? Because I think they just swapped away before we saw the final pick, right? Well, I guess we'll find out when we go into the game. Thanks, Clean Feed. Very appreciated, CCL. Alright, cool. I guess we'll find out when we're in game, I guess. Who knows? Who knows? I guess we'll find out when we're in there. So yes, let's talk about this. Medivh, it is something that Oxygen Esports have played before. They've played it twice, 50-50 win rate. We have the game. Let's find out who the hero is. Let's go in. It was the Medivh, the Sylvanas. Well, who did we miss? And Sonya. Oh, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. We did have all these heroes. So, yeah, they had picked it. I am just blind as hell. Alrighty, we're good. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the right-hand side, it is Oxygen Esports. Yes, I am blind. We are good. We didn't see these swaps. On the left, it shall be CrowdControl. We're just blind. Don't worry about it. We just don't know what we're looking at. Everything is good. Sorry for sass in CCL. Ooh, very interesting talents at the start. Let's dive further into those. Overwhelming Affliction for the Sylvanas, focusing more onto a extra little bit of percentage damage. Help burn through that Diablo, that Zarya, and that D.Va. Thank you very much, Biggins. Very appreciated. That poll is still up, so you can definitely vote for me in the CCL Awards. And if not, make sure you vote for some good players, and any of the other co-streamers in there are fantastic. My personal favorite is Hasu and Mene, because it's brilliant. Very, very cool. And allow me to link to the poll, because it has been requested. Hang on, gotta find it. Oh, don't die. Don't die while I'm tabbed. Don't you dare. Copy link. And paste link. There you go. Yeah, sorry, my chat doesn't allow links from any non-mods. Dequaza backs away. I want to keep it safe, especially with the LGBT tag. I have had multiple people attempt to abuse the fact that I used to allow links once I started adding that tag to my stream. So we removed it for the sake of safety and not getting banned. Big push available in the bot lane. Very heavy counter pressure being applied by CrowdControl to create some damage down there. Dequaza will be forced off that siege camp, though. He's gone for a full metal here. Zarya, by the way, at level 1, we said we were going to talk about that as well. Starting off with a Together We Are Strong. Trying to maximize that energy generation. Trying to keep that energy high again. Could very easily build into a pinpoint accuracy siege build while just gaining that damage output off of Diablo and D.Va. Very smart style. Really can maximize your damage output without having to worry about globes like you do with maximum charge. Feel the Heat is also great for Immortal Race here, but you're very unlikely to keep your energy high that way. With the shield, it allows you to play a little bit more aggressively. You can get it that way. Good flip, but there's the leap of faith by X-Ray onto Die now. Keeping it safe. Lob is a little low. but they are able to keep seizing forward. It's an unrivaled strength Red Robot, by the way, really going to try and pick people off on that backline. Very cool to see. Rush down for Dequaza on D.Va, the little port under the gate, trying to bait in Nasmus. We're going to see the Indomitable for Garrosh, wants to make sure he's safe. Madara sees this happening. No contestation will be attempted. Meantime, Sylvanas making the most of that. Not Mercenary Queen. It is going to be a possession here, so she's using her black arrows for this. And thank you very much, Saltacoon. Looks like we're going to see a... Actually, no, the Moral Compass doesn't actually mean anything here. This is still just a solid talent when you're going to get those auto attacks. Helps you get the value from that level 1. So this doesn't necessarily mean a Divine Star build from the Anduin. We can still see a little bit of flexibility there. Cyan build Nasmus because he wants to Immortal Race, of course. Both teams pressuring right now. Push pressure much more in favor of CrowdControl as they keep pressuring the bottom lane. Good job onto Nasmus, trying to punish him, but the portal shuts that down. Medivh, 11 stacks, make it 12. Red Robot currently the one pushing this in. Nasmus will begin de-pushing this again with that full metal. He will sustain himself quite well as CrowdControl move into the defensive position. He was not voted into the top 4, although he is pretty great. It was based purely on votes, Kaino, I'm afraid. Which is a shame. There's the stun onto Rutsao. Keeps alive. Loma finds a good angle. Indomitable shuts it down. Nequaza's in the backline, causing chaos. Has self-destruct already at the ready. Going to push far back onto the aggressive position. Quick throw from Red Robot. Completely disengages. They begin to de-push that Dequaza. Good defense matrix, blocking a lot of the damage here. Dynao and Rutsao try to race this down. Mech has been popped. Leap of Faith has to be burned with a portal. Means Dequaza will certainly fall, but the race will be won by CrowdControl, giving a life for the Immortal here. Will this be proved to be worth as the game continues? Prismac, couple possessions, buying himself a little bit of space. P is, of course, Prismac from the HGC days. Immortal lands. Big focus onto it. Lost Souls. Still the top talent ever since it got a damage buff. It kind of blocks everything else unless you 100% need a 100-0 burst, in which case Festering Wounds, unrivaled strength onto Rutsao. No portal, sidewalls killed, but the damage is too high. Value from the unrivaled strength coming in there from the Garrosh. Nicely done. That's going to be a second kill going over to Oxygen Esports. 2-1 right now. Speed barrier and the pinpoint accuracy as predicted for the Zarya taking Noble. And we are seeing at least the beginnings of a Divine Star build for Anduin. Very fun indeed. That little bit of Power Word Shield is a great little bit of burst protection against that Sylvanas Shadow Dagger build. And we can move into that Speed as a Pious later on. And instantly we could go for Holy Nova, which can be very exciting. X-Ray, a little bit of trouble, gets a shield, self-destruct, blocked by Force of Will. Red Robot took the portal to get out, and Indomitable's Laoba from following up. Banana H, focus down, portal out. Great job. Medivh doing Medivh things. Interesting to see we are seeing the battle rage for Sonya. Not going with the Poison Spear to add Immortal Race here. Sticking instead with a little more mercenary clear potential. Trying to keep the pressure on the map with the macro style. Level 8 to level 9 as Oxygen Esports will get it. Waves pushing in. They possessed a few minions to add some fodder for this camp. Try and get some counter value. That bottom 4 looking a little sketch, but it is still alive. That's the important bit. Top 4 really alive, considering how hard it was defended, and how much pressure CrowdControl actually tried to apply to it. It's a Firestop Diablo build, one of the most effective on this map because there's so many tight corridors. You can really stack up that sustain. Although the charge build is quite fun because there's a lot of walls. Banana Rage chased away. The only thing that's not worth on this map is Devil's Due. Cheeky stun. Cheeky stun onto Lava, who returns around, re-engages. Dynao assisting the race. In the meantime, D.Va and Sonya do battle up top, trading shots. But it looks like Sonya coming out on top there. as Diva forced to back away. There's level 10, acquired quicker for Oxygen Esports. You're going to try and make a play with it. Rutzau trying to make sure that he is the one who is flipped. Die now, in trouble. Taunts into throw. Quick pull, nicely done. It was a polybomb attempted to try and secure that kill, but Leap of Faith, again, proving to be worth. And now with level 10 on board, that's a big advantage for CrowdControl because there's a lot of cooldowns that they now have. And Oxygen Esports burned all there. Speed barrier, rush it in, looking for a target. Good stun by Red Robot. Good disengage by P as well. Able to back up. Nasmus trying to find his angle. In the meantime, Hanzo with full scatter arrow build is going for the race. He's not stacked yet, but he does huge immortal damage with this build, of course. Force of Will onto Sonya. Micro missiles. Dayquaza in trouble. He's so close to that. Dragon Arrow from downtown. Apocalypse. Live bomb's interrupted. P barely alive into the fray. Able to save the day. Grenade nearly snipes him as well. The Master's Touch. The Arcane Rift is done. What a stacking show by Madara here. Nicely done. That's going to be the Immortal going over to CrowdControl. They did still claim control there. Everyone lived. They lost the mech, but they do get out of there. Very nice. They're going to make their way forward. Immortal pushing top lane into a bruiser camp. CrowdControl try to split the value, but Oxygen Esports have discovered them. They've rumbled this. Mind control is available. Nobody's going to be careful here. Again, it is a polybomb for single target burst strategies here. Good dodge. Again, Master's Touch is complete here. Throw onto Lauber, who is full souls, but he's trying to turn it round. Scatter Arrow gets some stacks. Mind control was burned, as is the polybomb. It is sidestepped. P forced to back away. There's the taunt. Onto Diablo. Pulls him into fort range. Tackles the minion. Massive shoves sends Zarya back into base. And neither team able to get a kill. Except D.Va, who died top lane. How'd that happen? When did that happen? What happened? Hang on, replay. How long ago was she alive? She's alive, she's alive, she's alive, she's alive. I have no... Oh, health bar, health bar, health bar, health bar, health bar. So while this fight was happening, she was killed up top by Nasmus. Alrighty. Sonya going to grab the camp while that's happening. D.Va actually going to make her way down to bot lane. See if she can join in with this contestation. Fully stacked on that simple geometry for Hanzo now. Siege camp is acquired. Top Siege still taking some damage. Nasmus making his way back up to top to help D push. Lauber. Frontlining for his team, trying to make sure if anything is hit, it is on him. Remorselessness for Sylve. Extra attack range increases the value of the percentage damage. Red Robot, stun for Lauber. Throw and taunts immediately comboed. Light Bomb, boom! It's a Light Bomb sheep. Lauber tackles out. He's sustaining through, but Nasmus chasing deep. Any more heals available for him? They are needed. Massive shove. Lauber gets out, and they take the trade, killing off Stukov in the meantime. Nicely done. Good disengage. Light Bomb. Everyone grouped up on the Diablo for that turnaround. Very nicely done. They begin to take the fight back. The route from Underwood really helping out as well as they siege back their own camp. They hold control. They're able to take it. Objective spawns. We're going to see a head start taken by CrowdControl with Hanzo left alone. Now we'll see Oxygen, though. They will make their way back onto the point. Mix build for Diablo, the old-fashioned build here. Going for double charge and the Firestomp combo. There's the throw. Lauber is getting ping-ponged around in these fights. The lurking arm really proving to be a problem. Big head start. Almost a 50% shield for CrowdControl at this stage. Oxygen looking for a fight. They're on even talents. Making their way in. Loba with the speed barrier. He's going to try and get Garrosh. Light Bomb into the backline. Mind Control sets that up. Dragon Arrow. Polybomb. D.Va does not care. Focusing Garrosh, but the damage is too much. Self-destruct not landed. And Nasmus escaping over the Wolfax into the fray of Garrosh. Great Force of Will. And Red Robot disengages. Only Sylve will fall in this fight. Nicely done by CrowdControl, holding yet another fight, taking a strong lead in this game. Oxygen struggling. At the beginning here, they will pull back a little bit. Mortal slowly whittling down Sonya. Gonna finally make her way up and try and get some counter damage. Micro missiles from afar. Rutzau will finish off the Immortal. Just over an 80% shield Immortal coming in. Very strong for Oxygen Esports. Very strong for CrowdControl. Oxygen Esports going to have to put on a strong defense here. They do a level 15, but talent's still only half a level away for CrowdControl. Lots of missiles coming in. Madara hovering above everyone. He needs to be careful where he stands. There's the Immortal stun. Red Robot in position to try and deny anyone following up. Scatter Arrow, not the best angle there. Good damage output. Nasmus really trying to pressure this down as best he can. Front wall taken out. And do we see a Holy Nova? We don't. Lightwell. There comes the defense matrix. Going to try and deny any counter damage. That's a good Dragon Arrow to buy them some time. Light Bomb denied by the massive shove. Red Robot looking low, forced away by the Immortal. There's the leap of faith. Red Robot will get away. Grenade attempted to follow him up, but with that, Dayquaza able to get the self-destruct, and that guarantees them the keep. Lead still held by CrowdControl here. Again, no one dies. But CrowdControl holding a very solid lead in this game. Nice little Lightwell, top everyone up nice and easily. No Holy Novas for burst healing. They don't really want to group up with the Polybomb style here. Makes a little bit more sense. P healing people up. We see level 16 on the board. Evasive Fire for Sylvanas. Super Strain for the Stukov, getting that stun healing boost. Nice throw by Dayquaza. They go for Banana Age. I went really posh there. Here comes Dayquaza to hold the point. Great mind control. He doesn't have self-destruct. Polybomb. Mech is killed and down goes D.Va. Polybomb spread to Loba. Cam was stolen. Speed barrier gives him a speed boost to try and get out of there. But Loba still in trouble. No leap of faith. Dragon Arrow. Light Bomb. He's turning it. They're going to try and take it. Die now. They're in the perfect angle for Scatter Arrow. Massive shove. Shuts down his engage though. Loba goes down. Souls are expired. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of Oxygen Esports. That was a great angle for CrowdControl, but they didn't have the positioning to start it. The team split in two, already down a member. The fight was risky, and they get punished for it. Great attempt at the sustain with the Light Bomb, but Loba still is picked off. CrowdControl grabbing themselves a bruiser camp for the bottom lane. Keep the pressure on down there with no keep the catapults going. Leap of Faith was already burned early. It was not available for that fight. Madara assisting in the clear again. Madara, remember, already stacked on this Medivh. Not going to go with the ultimate cooldown reduction here, interestingly enough, despite having that Polybomb and trying to use it as a pick tool. Being used now, great Force of Will, taunting D.Va. Expulsion Zone splits the team in half, forcing disengage. But yeah, go with a stable portal. Cooldown reduction by 25 and increase duration by 50%. Keep people moving, keep people going. Very interesting strategy from Madara. Wants to keep his team on the move. Defensive positions for Oxygen Esports. Neither team stepping up too far here. Both teams are available. Bruiser camp in bot lane. Still going, by the way. D.Va dealing with top lane. Defensive positions now taken by CrowdControl. How far will that camp go? There's a catapult on the way. How long can CrowdControl delay? It is. Who's going to react to it? I don't see how much of that camp is left. By the way it's moving, I think the Shaman is alive. It's dead. Alright, Sonya's going to proxy the wave. There we go. So no need to panic for Oxygen Esports. They were managing. CrowdControl, they've cleared out the Bruiser camp as well. They are now in position to re-begin their siege. Red Robot stun one throw. Saves the taunt. Diablo re-engages. Double taunt. Nasmus goes in. Mind control interrupted by the leap of faith. X-Ray is playing out of his freaking mind today with these saves. Light bomb replaced. Top the team up a bit. They're forced to retreat. Portal coming in. Sonya, remember, still on the other Immortal right now. He's going to win the halftime show. Halftime show effectively won by Oxygen Esports here, but only by 4,000 health on the Immortal. CrowdControl once again moving into the aggressive position. Throw. Interrupted. The self-cleanse by Rutzau here. Dynow takes a lot of damage from Nasmus, who's really trying to play aggressive here. Remember, Mind Control still available. Taunt in 3 seconds. Mind Control no longer available. Taunt already up. Nice route. Very good damage onto Red Robot. Force of Will immediately burn. Micro missiles from the side, causing grief. Rafa the Berserker off cooldown, 23 seconds until that Mind Control is back. Dragon Arrow in 6. That might be their engage tool. That might be when they're going to try and set this up. Mind Control, the Dragon Arrow, sorry, into Light Bomb potentially. Drop the APOC afterwards. This is why Dyna's playing so far back. Red Robot fishing for a kill. Raph burned early. The unstoppable competitor for Rutzau. Red Robot sneaking round, going for Dayquaza, doesn't land the follow-up stun, but the Polybomb does land. Virulent reaction, catches the self-destruct, Dragon Arrow does not land, but they get Red Robot. Turning onto Nasmus, they dive past as Lumber is mind-controlled. Madonna in full retreat, Nasmus stays alive. Here comes Dayquaza, Light Bomb interrupted again by the massive shove. Both these supports are playing out of their minds. There is a huge history of rivalry between Banana H and X-Ray, playing on Feel the Heat and washed up 2 of the best teams in Europe, along with Lauber's fan club back in the Division S days. They now do battle for survival in the CCL, keeping their teams alive. As the defensive positions are set up by Oxygen, the missiles come in over and over again. 5 seconds left until Mind Control. Dayquaza and Dynow, they poke over and over. Rutzau sending in the grenades. There's a catapult reaching the core. 2 catapults about to arrive. A CrowdControl, they keep piling on the pressure. Lower, standing the Immortal stun, quits, gets that speed barrier, gets out of danger. Scatter Arrow just keeps coming. Banana H moving in. That's a great expulsion zone. That could be it. Charge is used. There's the Mind Control, and Portal gets them out, but that guarantees the objective. Going over to CrowdControl and Loba, and Dayquaza are both low now. Here comes Nasmus chasing in, trying to try and pick up a kill. The defense matrix to buy some time. Loba sneaking away. Loba gets out. Dayquaza mech has exploded. He gets out with a good to go, but Nasmus chasing him down. They want to pick up a kill to give themselves the counter potential. Red Robot, that's the stun, but unstoppable competitor Rutzau saves the day. Catapult gets a little bit of shield off the core. What a disengage coming in from the members of CrowdControl. Let's see that again. Look at the disengage here. Dayquaza, low. Loba, low. Leap of Faith comes out. Nasmus, one slam. Can't reach the other. It lands, but it's blocked by the defense matrix, saving the day. Loba gets out the speed barrier. Good to go. Gets Dayquaza out. And when they come back in for one more chase, the unstoppable competitor prevents the throw. The game continues. The Immortal pushes in the top lane. There's the throw onto Loba. Leap of Faith pulls him out. They burn the Polybomb on that too. Dragon Arrow finds Red Robot. They want to kill him. Expulsion zone. Burned. The Red Robot survives the Force of Will. Keep also barely alive. Oxygen Esports still holding. CrowdControl survives. Core shield still up. No damage to Oxygen's core. CrowdControl, they now have a paper shield to go. They have a paper keep to go through. But it is still alive. It's still in here. We see CrowdControl moving their way down. They're going to grab some mercenaries, keep the pressure on. These camps, the Siege camp and the Bruiser camp, are going to be very, very staggered, allowing them to basically get the pressure, keep Oxygen Esports up there for a really long time. It's going to allow them to grab camp spot lane as well, keep the lanes pushed up. They've given themselves a lot of time to move here. Oxygen Esports, they can of course relieve some of their pressure by starting their Bruiser camp, timing it a little bit better with... no, sorry, that Bruiser camp pushes bot lane. So yeah, they've got camps pushing in both lanes now. I really can't read today. Either way, they will stay sustained. Oxygen Esports seeing if they want to contest. Top lane is the lane they want to protect, though. They want to remove that double catapult pressure. Ooh! Medivh, by the way, Arcane Brilliance. 200 mana and 15% spell power. to all nearby allied heroes. The burst damage for Sonya, for Sylvanas, for Medivh. 15% spell power is a pretty big deal. Hovering around the cooldown reduction on mind control. It's a bullseye. The glyph of faith. Of course, for Anduin. Have you seen those leaps, X-Ray? What a god. The shield rewind for the Zarya. Taunt cooldown reduction on auto attacks. Great against Zarya for that Garrosh. Race won by CrowdControl. But not by much. A 6,000 health difference. Siege camp in the bot lane. Only one Kha'Zar left, but it's working its butt off. Position taken by CrowdControl. Oxygen making their way in. They choose to disengage. Playing it safe. You can see Red Robot. He wants it. The more CrowdControl keep them here, the more value their push gets. They've got minions in the bot lane, catapults even, catapults in the top lane. All they're doing right now is trying to keep Oxygen here without dying to set this up. Stun. Leap of Faith, burned one. That was a mind control burned as well. Polybomb still up. Second Leap of Faith still available. There's the taunt. They hold it this time. Hellgate burned that time to escape. Catapult being cleared by the minion wave. There's a catapult in top lane. Minion wave's actually doing a pretty good job of dealing with that too. Oxygen not looking so bad. Sylv, though, will retreat to bot lane to buy themselves some time. Cleans out, possesses the catapult. That gets them a lot of counter clear. The light well, allowing them to step up into this area a little bit easier. Quasar face checking Red Robot for safety. Bullseye stuns out Red Robot. They get the full vision. Micro missiles from the side. Portal. It's a portal mastery portal into the backline. Quasar trying to predict someone coming through. The grenades come out. Mind control. Unstoppable competitor. The Unstoppables from CrowdControl. Just helping them tank through everything. Bullseye being used to race the Immortal. Missiles interrupted by the spear. Portal, Red Robot, interrupted expulsions over the Indomitables through it. Polybomb onto the Diablo. They CC chain him. Light bomb! Apoc! That's good! CrowdControl clean it up! Down goes P and Medivh. Nazmus being chased. He gets the speed boost, but so comes the speed barrier from Loba. CC train. Choo-choo! And Nazmus is taken out. Dino escapes over the wall and is pushed right back to his fountain. How convenient. He's going to be topped up and make his way back to the team. Never mind, he doesn't have fountain cooldown. He's still going to make his way back in, but RH going to be cleaned up. That just leaves Red Robot and X-Ray. The literal god, they move their way in. Red Robot, the last thing standing between them and game number one. And we will see CrowdControl finally finishing off the Orc and making their way in to claim game number one in this best of 5 series. CrowdControl one step closer to surviving and having their chance for a rematch versus Simplicity. The number one seed looking like the number one seed today. CrowdControl stepping up, making their way back into this game. Nicely done. Let me get your guys' predictions there. Choose prediction. Ooh, 62% of you for Oxygen, 38% for 62% for CrowdControl, 38% for Oxygen. Choose outcome. CrowdControl game 1. There you go. Points acquired. You can see at the end here, Sonya topping the damage output because Sylv, good damage, was zoned a little bit, quite surprisingly. That was very well played. She was never really able to get the angle. The mind control was superb. I love it. But that unstoppable competitor at level 13 for Rutsao was money. The Glyph of Faith for X-Ray was money. X-Ray and Banana Rage. Such good competition for each other here. Two of the best supports in Europe for years. Playing out of their freaking minds against each other. Very cool to see. If we're looking at post-HGC support royalty for the EU scene, I mean, let me have a look. Let me have a look at Division S, because they had the best. Division S. Heroes Lounge Division S. We want Season 2 for Europe. Overview. So yeah, it was Washed Up, Lobas Fan Club, and Feel the Heat. Those were the top 3 teams. So the top supports at the time were Banana H. No surprise there, because he's already in this. He was on Washed Up, which did end up being the top team in Season 2 and Season 1, I believe. Lobas Fan Club, they had Henning, the team that was supporting for Granite Gaming, but unfortunately did fall off a little bit as the competition went on and was replaced a little bit more by Cascon sorry, not by Cascon, by Yasu a couple times. Didn't work out as well in their favor. And of course, Feel the Heat with X-Ray. Very nice to see. Skoog, also a support player who is currently taking on the tank role quite a bit, but he was the support player for What Does the Photographer Say, which is another very strong team, placing 4th in the Division S as well. Excuse me. Very nice to see. Coincidentally, Yasu, flex player, which we've already seen him do, he was playing for Crystal Gaming back then as well, who did a little bit less good, placing in 5th to 6th, but they were still there. It's nice to see him make it in. A lot of those players making it in as well. Go Next, for example, HeroesCCL. It's good to see the players getting recognized. It's nice. We like it. But alright, game number 1 going over to CrowdControl, taking the lead there in this best of 5 series. One step closer to having to fight to playing against Wild Heart Esports, the seed number 2 going into the playoffs, so we can get the number 2 versus number 1 seed to fight against the mighty power of the number 6 seed. That's how it works. This is how the playoff buff is real, team. If you're enjoying, consider dropping a sub or a donation. I hope you're having a good time today. I certainly am. So if you want to show your support, throw a little this way. It would be appreciated. So, we're just waiting to see what the maps are, and I'm going to try and spot the map bans this time. See what we can get. If you watch this on YouTube, by the way, there's a little join button below the stream. There's a donation link in the description, but there's a join button below the video where you can support me for as little as 99 cents per month, meaning that you can support me for as much. You can support me for, hang on, you can support me for 5 months for cheaper than for 1 Netflix month subscription. That's the lowest tier. You can obviously go a little higher than that if you want to, but it's a lot cheaper than Twitch. YouTube still takes a lot, but it's a great way to support me if you are interested. So, we're getting ready to jump into game number 2 as soon as possible. Oh, okay, we don't get to see the map bans. All right, the game's just happening, but you can hear that sound. That means we are heading into game number 2, and it's Sky Temple is going to be our map. Let's get this going. Oxygen Esports opting for first pick, first ban. CrowdControl, of course, forced to pick the map. They choose a very large map, very wide map. Maybe trying to deal with that extra push value. Trying to maybe force Oxygen into that Vikings Abathur comp they like so much. While we wait for the teams to get their first ban, reminder, we're trying to get to 100 subs before the month is over. If you're enjoying, please consider dropping one. We only need 21 subs to go, excluding any that expired during this stream before the end of the month to hit our goal. Definitely doable. Cassia going to be banned away as the first ban. Gonna see the Johanna as well. Usually a ban against CrowdControl, as Loba very keen on his Johanna. Gonna see the Medivh banned out this time, even though it lost again. Too much of a problem. Yeah, cheese is definitely a thing Oxygen like to do. The only team that had the team with the least amount of cheese in this competition right now left in the competition is CrowdControl. They are the least cheesy team. All the other teams have some kind of cheese. CrowdControl, they have some, but they definitely bring it out the least. Unless you count Zarya as cheese. Simplicity? Yes, they do. With backdoor Zeratul, that's a cheese. That's going to be a Stukov Taika style. Stukov Taika was a very solid opening. Taika's actually been banned out a lot of the games today. Makes it back in once again. Post 20 doesn't feel like a cheese. A cheese is a strategy that is picked in a absence of information to deny a counter to it, I would say. That is hard to deal with and requires prior knowledge to counter. Abatha Uther going to be coming in. What you are thinking of there, Hans, is a rush. There is a difference between a rush and a cheese. A cheese does not have to be early game. CrowdControl now. With Abatha Uther on the board. Where do you go from there? How do you react to that? With Sky Temple, do you ban out the Vikings and try and prevent Oxygen from running the double? They ban Orphea. Orphea very, very strong, very mobile. With Abatha Hat, very hard to deal with. Oh, the prediction. Thank you. I forgot. These are new to me. These are new to me. I'm sorry. I need to keep up. Thank you for the reminder. All right, 5-minute timer, so you're going to get a little bit of in-game. Prediction has started. Well, that's not cheese. That's just bad. That's not a cheese. That's a meme. I disagree. I disagree with that definition there, Hans. What you are calling is memes, not cheese. As we see the Zarya banned away again. Yes, in a completely different meta where that composition was a lot more effective and most of those heroes were buffed. Muradin and Zul going to be coming in here. Muradin, Zul, a lot more control of the front line now. Going to help deal with Uther with that attack speed reduction. Gives them a lot more control. Make sure you get your predictions in. Oxygen Esports now. Sylvanas, Hypercarry Assassin, and Mei! We haven't seen Mei in a while. Mei's a great Abatha Hat target, can really get some good value coming in here. Gets them a little bit of disengage potential to avoid CrowdControl, bringing the fight to them. So now they get to choose the fights a little bit better now. It's interesting. That's a weird comp. But it has the potential to work. The slows from Mei gives Sylvanas consistent percentage damage. And there's CrowdControl bringing out the Deathwing. With percentage damage being limited, or at least percentage damage that affects Deathwing being limited to Rushdown from D.Va, as the overwhelming affliction of Sylvanas will not work. That gives them a solid little set of damage output here. And it looks like they're not swapping, meaning it is going to be the off-lane Deathwing with the roaming Zul into the composition. Zul in the 4-man, or maybe a 1-1-3 split. Very exciting. Very exciting indeed. That's a nice little flex. The Deathwing offlane with very little way to deal with it. It's going to be able to clear the waves here effectively. It's a global hero. There's not a huge counter to its setup. This is interesting. I like this. This is fun. Gives them a lot of extra flexibility onto their composition. This should be good. I have realized I need to change the stream title because it's not correct. We'll do that in-game. So let's head in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sky Temple. On the left, it will be CrowdControl. They are currently 1-0 up in the lead. One game closer to that lower bracket finals. On the right, Oxygen Esports with an Abatha. Looking for a little bit of global potential, and as a Deathwing to match that global.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's see what they can do.
Let your battle begin.
As we head into the game. Madara already up. D.Va not coming in with the 4-man here. Very interesting that Oxygen decided to even try and fight the 4-man. Considering that they were a person down. It's going to be a pro moves diva, attack, armor and movement speed. The more that she is attacked, an interesting style here. That's going to allow her to stay a little bit more mobile around the Deathwing, most likely. Try and keep him moving, try and prevent him from landing any of those abilities onto diva. Also keeps her moving through his koi pond. Of course, the lava burst. Everyone calls it the koi pond because it's fun. Lurking Arm completely splits the team in two, forces Prismat. Take the very long way around, and that is first blood for CrowdControl. Very nicely done. Hammer of the Lightbringer was the level 1 talent for Uther, and it has achieved exactly 0 stacks due to the actual damage output he has been taking and the zoning potential that CrowdControl are offering. Rayquaza already losing a plate, though. Nasmus doing a very good job up there as camps are started for CrowdControl. Going to be seeing a heat transfer for the Mei. The very sustained invade from CrowdControl. Stun onto Loba. 4 stacks acquired for Uther. They drop the stun from Red Robot, but with the invader, Rutzau arriving as well. It's a 3 versus 3 and a bit with Abathar. Make it for Deathwing. Wins the fight for CrowdControl. The question is, can they get some kills out of it? They dive Red Robot, and they do. Kill acquired. Honestly, this Deathwing is so freaking smart. It's giving them so much value versus the Mei. It's easily running through that Uther. P barely survives. That grenade was off cooldown. That would be a dead Sylve right now. It's a full melee build, Deathwing as well. They are literally diving the fort. X-Ray tanking it, but they can't finish off Banana Rage. Standard cryostasis build for the Mei, going for sustain. Sledgehammer. They come back in for Uther from the right side this time. They get the stun, a little bit of damage. Red Robot will zone them away and keep that Uther safe. Jailer Zool, we're going for a battle Zool, feels good. Will we go for the more Korean style of the Tragul's Essence? Or are we going for the more Korean style of Tragul's Essence? Or will we be going for the Bone Wall for burst protection? Or maybe even whatever the other talent is on that level. I don't know what the other talent is on that level. No one ever picks. Oh, it's the Cleave build. Wow, I'm dumb. It's the Harvest Vitality. Nasmus, focus down, tanking through. Self-destruct is dropped. Rayquaza takes the damage, but tanks it. Grabs a fountain. Ready to go back in. Gets that sustain. Lots of healing. Just given to Rayquaza. Big stun from Banana Rage, though. Kills off X-Ray. That's going to be the first kill that Oxygen Esports have been able to get. In the meantime, though, Rutzau is doing Zool things. Split pushing the lane here, while Deathwing joins up with the team, becomes a bruiser. Nasmus forced to back up. That pro moves, helping him out so much. That attack speed from Tychus actually giving him so much movement speed to sustain. Top is getting kind of dunked on, and Deathwing is not being helped, meaning that this fort will die. Bot fort goes down to Zool, though, and mid fort is taking shots. The Mule gaining value here. Melting Point plus Grenade, I'm pretty sure will kill the Mule. The question is, how aware are they this is happening? Trying to make its way in, and there we go. Grenade kills it. Lauba barely escaping the damage there. Good route onto Diva, but again, pro moves, keeping her mobile, keeping her moving. Keeps her out of danger. She needs a little bit of healing. Mid-fort goes down. That's a 2-for-1 fort trade in favor of CrowdControl as they look to turn around and retreat away from Nasmus, who's chasing them in. P doesn't want to dive too deep, though, so they're just going to be let go. It is going to be a Tragul's Essence, meaning Grutzau's going to be staying in lane quite a bit here. Going with a more Korean style here. Yesterday, we did see them go for the Wall of Bones, so it's nice to see them drifting back in to a more to the style that was popularized by Lockdown and Kyocha. Giving themselves a little more extra team fight potential in the minion wave. The Mana Sustain, also fantastic for the late game where they're going to go for an Echoes build, or maybe a Jailer's build. A Jailer's and Amplify build. They could still go for that and go for a bit more burst, single target. A lot of flexibility there. Nasmus dueling Rayquaza, winning that duel for now. Actually using those pro moves to make the most of Deathwing's level 4 to gain even more movement speed then as well. Nasmus diving in, Red Robot tanking through. They're holding for now. Looking to maybe re-invade their point, but it's not looking so good for Nasmus. And with P lowered, P getting chunked down, it's very unlikely they will invade. Although with that self-destruct, they have the chance. Everyone makes it out. Points available. Roots out. Doesn't make it on, but the Cataclysm is burned. They lose the camp, but they could cry and get some kills. Lolba dives deep. That is a good zone by May, though. Here comes Diva into the other side. Lolba still looking very low, and they are kited beautifully. That is a disengage attempt now coming out from CrowdControl. The reactive ballista pause is able to slow down most of the pursuit here, but Nasmus is causing a lot of grief. May looking for slows, trying to slow him down so they can get the chase. Snowballs are good onto Rutzau, who is completely out of mana, but it looks like CrowdControl will be able to disengage. Very nicely done. May making the most of that backup battery, a little bit of extra sustain. 20% maximum health healing is pretty good. Ice Wall standard for Maze these days, unless you have a really wombo-focused comp, which they do not. Divine Storm. Okay, maybe they could have gone for the snowball, but this will still work really, really well. Mind Control for Sylve. They've gone for a monstrosity. Macro style, very addictive Oxygen's play style. Nasmus back it away. Root cleansed out by Banana H. There's a good bellowing roar, but Red Robot is tanking through the Odin for the turnaround play. Here comes the Poison Nova. Doesn't really catch anyone, but that's a good-looking arm right onto Sylve. Lolba turns that round. Dayquaza is being sieged, but it's still holding the line. There's no health left as the team continues to chase. They're going to try and pick off Red Robot here, but the defense matrix from Nasmus. There's the knockback. Red Robot getting the shield from Abathur lurking. Arm picks up the kill as Tygus is able to land the finishing blow. CrowdControl win a fight, getting a nice little turnaround. Monstrosity is doing monstrosity things, though. Will need to be hatted and pulled back to sustain its way up. Deathwing helping. We're seeing X-Ray porting back, going to top himself up on mana. Tychus making the most of the fact that everyone is dead to siege the wave a bit. Needs to get the heck out of dodge, though. Nasmus chasing in. P, if he can land the Mind Control, that's actually a dead die now. Stun, and yeah, overstayed. That's his own damn fault. Dayquaza are going to clean that up. They clear out the wave. Mind Control does not land because Lolba did not jump that early, able to get away. They stay going. Everyone just staying a little bit further back, playing time. Bot being sieged in. Black Arrow's not even being used, not needed, as Prismat will take care of this. Counter siege using the sledgehammer on top lane. Minion wave finally going to make its way in because X-Ray was actually taking quite a few of those hits here. Now so is Lolba. The keep being the fort, being the MVP here. Down goes Stukov. Deathwing in the middle of a bellowing roar. Hits no one. Great Ice Wall from Red Robot. Full disengage coming out. Lolba able to tank his way through. X-Ray the only one to die so far. Everyone else trying to run away. Rutzau slowed once again. They look for the attempted turnaround. Lolba is buying time as they try to turn onto the front line. Lolba, multi-man stun, hits two members. Nasmus, mech is popped. Lolba buying time. How long can he delay this? He bought time for his team, and all they got was the mech. Deathwing makes his way to the sky. Not a great trade here. Possession, grabbing a few more minions, keeping the pressure on. Prismat, Villarant reaction. The Blizzard, though, from Red Robot zones everyone away, keeps Prismat safe. P will back away. Nasmus clearing minions with that rush down. Big chunk of damage done there. Nasmus holding for now. Keeping the backline safe. There's the root cleansing out. Mind Control just short of hitting X-Ray. They dive in. Here comes the Cataclysm. We see Dayquaza really trying to give his team some space, but then once again, the Ice Wall completely denies everything. Red Robot is playing out of his mind right now and keeping this going. This monstrosity is back again with the misbehavior and is causing problems for CrowdControl. Q-Talents coming in for Tigers. There's those echoes of death for the Zool. No Amplify Bone Spear build here. This has got to be... Honestly, I love Weaken. This has got to be Decrepify, right? They keep not being able to chase Oxygen. Those slows would be huge here. Both would be good. Weaken would be insane against Prismat. But I'd love to see Decrepify here. It would give them such a great chase potential. Good dodge by Die now, getting away from Red Robot. Stun comes out. Loma turning into the Avatar early with the lurking arm. Still, Red Robot making the most of the cleanse from Banana H to get out. Loma is down. Banana H, the guard. Red Robot boosts away. The grenade is not enough. And what an engage! We gotta see that! Deathwing dies to Amethyst Mines in the bot lane, but watch this again. Look at the play from Banana H. Keep an eye on Red Robot here as he goes in, caught out of position, stunned out. You see, silenced, rooted, unstoppable to allow him to get his own cryostasis off. Enough healing to keep himself alive through the fight. The armor comes out from the Uther, and then the one charge, giving them both armor and movement speed from Mei, as they both get out of danger. Nicely done. Great disengage. Loma finishes off the monstrosity, resets its stacks. Sorry, it was not the armor from Mei. She did not go for that talent. That is a mistake by me. She has gone for the Polar Vortex. A little bit of extra damage over time and movement attack speed slows, aka the Arthur's talent. And she's gone for the... what is that talent at level 16? I believe it is Acclamation as they chase forward. Yes, Acclamation. Ice Wall. Only catches one. They dive the back lane. They're going to try and take out Banana H this time, focusing him down. And this time they try to get it. Divine Storm. Banana H tanking through his Deathwing. Big backline engage. But Uther tanking so much. He goes down, but now Dayquaza is very low. Elementium plating keeps him alive. Loma jumps for freedom. Nasmus dives deep. The Elementium plating tanking through. Uther Ghost is dead. Poison Nova comes out. X-Ray caught in the blizzard. They turn onto Red Robot. Loma jumping for freedom. They are tanky enough. They're being forced to retreat. Flailing Swipe interrupted by Nasmus. There's the stun turnaround though, and they may not be tanky, but they sure have counter engage. Nasmus barely gets out with the mech, and they do survive. CrowdControl keep everyone alive during that fight, barely. They'll take control of bottom forts. Bottom Shrine's going to take a lot of shots onto that bottom keep. Red Robot checking the boss. Big numbers advantage for CrowdControl for a couple seconds. They could have started it, but no, they fully commit to bot lane. Health bars were too low. Deathwing's in the sky. They do still start boss. Sylvanas not alive yet. They got 16 seconds to make this work. They find Red Robot. Boss is likely going to be abandoned in exchange for the kills here because they can't afford to take the risk of Sylvanas coming back to life and rejoining this. Boss has been leashed. Will return back to full health. Sylv respawning now and is on the way. This will be a disengage and a CrowdControl. Boss will be denied by Oxygen Esports. Level 20 creeping towards for both teams. See what they can do. Oxygen clearing out the siege camp, getting some value over there. Madra Monstrosity is back, and top lane is no longer an issue. That will just de-push until CrowdControl go to deal with it, which looks like they're going now. That is aggressive. They're going for this. They're going for the Bruiser camp. I think Banana H just spotted this. They've seen it now. Odin's been burned. They're committed. They're going to try and set this up. Loma zoning, lurking arm. Red Robot still makes it onto the point. Ice Wall, Deathwing, not able to do it. Camp's taken. They're fighting in the spell armor now, thanks to that camp. And that's going to have to be a full retreat out of CrowdControl. This is not a place they want to fight anymore. Dayquaza in trouble, in fact, takes a lot of damage. They need a way out. A lot of damage is down. Mind control onto Loma. Does he have the jump? He's stunned, and he's gone. Is this Cask? He's the stunner. Dayquaza, take it to the sky. Never mind. The flame still went up. That's interesting to see. That is a big kill. Monstrosity's pushing in the bot lane. Oxygen Esports really capitalizing on that. The Ice Wall getting so much value there. Boss now being taken by Oxygen Esports. CrowdControl, they will kill the monstrosity. But Oxygen Esports are beginning to extend a lead here. They're about to hit level 20, get a boss. A temple's about to spawn, and with that, bot keep is 100% guaranteed to die. With the boss and the temple firing away at it, that keep will die. They will not try to end. Spawn timers are still too low, but they now have full control over the map. They can push with this boss and try and force mistakes. Let's see what they do. Zul is attempting to run down Abatha. Will he make it? He missed Abathur. He does not find Abathur. Abathur retreated. Smart play. Abathur backed up to play it safe. Looks like Zul's just going to port back to base.
Red team is crushed.
Keep down already. Mid keep now being sieged as well, trying to maximize that value. Level 20 is available. The Shatter for Mei will work on Deathwing. It's armor reduction and Stasis's work on Deathwing. Very cool to see. Redemption. Mind control cooldown reduction. Timing attack. The Hive Mind. That Sylvanas Dark Lady's call is going to be so strong here to catch people out. 15-second cooldown between mind controls now. Crowd control. Just a little bit away from their level 20, which is why we see Nasmus trying to force a mistake. Does not find it. If a minion or two dies, level 20 is available. They siege in. Mind control dodged, but Nasmus pro moves, gets him out. Stood in the fire for Deathwing. They dive forward. Mortal wounds for the damage reduction. Deathwing caught in the ice wall. Beautifully done. Shatter reduces his armor as he dives the back line. That's rough for him. He's going to get some healing, but they turn it onto the Mei. The D.Va and Mei focus down. D.Va mech is already gone. Mei tries to boost away, chasing in. Mind control catches Muradin. Nasmus in trouble. There's the start of the Sylvanas, but he still gets the haunting wave. Nasmus on the run. He's got the roll. Gets the shield from Abathur. Banana H will be the one to fall, but he has redemption. Red Robot being chased down by Hrutzau, but it looks like Red Robot will be able to escape. Big Red Button sieging in. Uther about to revive. He will certainly die again. But everyone else escapes. The keeps still went down. 2 keeps down. Monstrosity pushing in with catapults. Nicely done, setting that up very nicely. Loba going to come back and de-push this. The rest of the team going to get themselves some Siege Giants. Some counter pressure to be applied here. Nasmus poking away. There's the mind control, catches the support, but X-Ray has a big old dragon to protect him. Nasmus, he'll have his charge in just a couple seconds, and that gets him out. Very close there. 2 catapults in bottom lane will have to be dealt with shortly. Minion wave will spawn. Make that 3 catapults. Minion wave will spawn, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. It's going to be pretty tight, actually, especially with Abathur helping out. Someone might have to go back and deal with that. They're trying to double temple here. Abathur's hatted the catapults. He's trying to keep them supported. The core's about to start taking shield damage. Most of the catapults... Oh, wow. All the catapults died. The mid lane catapults spawning for crowd control actually cleaned them all out. Here comes Cataclysm, trying to split the team in 2. They look for Nasmus. Self-destruct about to be up is activated. They still try to dive past and get the pilot. D.Va, it's not enough. She transforms again, getting back in the mech, holding together timing attacks to keep it alive as X-Ray is in full retreat. Mind control though to keep him focused down. Ice Wall splits the team, and X-Ray is dropped. The bellowing roar does fear Nasmus for at least a little bit, but Dayquaza is not healthy enough to continue. Neither is Loba. That's our entire front line once again taken down. Dayquaza back to the sky. Loba just to a bush where he can heal up. Temples firing in. These ice walls have been absolutely money. Loba going back in a little early. He's not full health. He killed the mech again. That bought him some time. Looks like final shots mid will be taken by crowd control, but can they disengage? Dayquaza relands, mind control, Divine Storm, goodbye Muradin. The Poison Nova is dropped, but Dynam and Hrutzau are super low. Dayquaza trying to buy time for Dynam because Dynam has nowhere to run. The mines are being placed, Dynam's trying to sneak out. Dayquaza will fall for this. Dynam will fall for this. This is about to be a team wipe. The Monstrosity pushes in top lane, it will die. P finds Dynam, that's the team wipe. That is bad news. Oxygen Esports are about to go 1-1 in this series. In the best of 5, Oxygen find members of Crowd Control over and over again. The tankiness of Crowd Control's frontline, not enough here. Getting punished repeatedly by Oxygen Esports. And with that, they use the Temple and all of the minions they can and their own damage to end the game. Game number 2 goes over to Oxygen Esports, evening up the score. Very nicely done by Oxygen there, capitalizing beautifully, really punishing that frontline Lobber, doing its absolute best to stay alive, but it was not enough. Those ice walls, couldn't agree more, Jade Oceans. Those ice walls, mwah, beautiful. Stand like a chef, mwah, beautiful. Insane. You can see the damage output there. Prisma, 83,000 damage, but Diva, 67,000. More than Zool, the effective second damage dealer. Same with Deathwing. For CrowdControl, Diva was actually causing a lot of pressure onto that backline, really creating some problems. You can see here the build for Muradin. Very cool, but once he started dying, might have been worth going for that Stone Form or that Healing Static, but he really committed to a more damage-focused build with the Bronzebeard Rage. In this case, he was punished by it. There was a lot of focus onto him. Deathwing and the Bronzebeard Rage were very... Deathwing, sorry, and the... words are hard. The Diva, sorry, and the Mei were great. Zoning potential. Silver was able to percentage damage. Muradin didn't work on Deathwing, but they had enough damage output to really do the job anyway. And the zoning from Mei set up incredible value. Very nicely done. That's game number 2. Going over to Oxygen, meaning the mainstream will be taking a break now. So feels bad, fam. We'll just deal with what we got. Hope you're having a good day. Allow me to get those predictions going. Oxygen Esports. Ooh, that's unlucky. 83% CrowdControl, 17% Oxygen Esports. Ooh, Oxygen Esports. Complete prediction. Complete prediction. Points! Points for y'all. A lot of points about to come in here. Oh, man. Excuse me. Points over to the Oxygen Esports voters. Congratulations to you all. You won blood points. Hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. I am enjoying myself. I'm going to be smart and set up the prediction early this time, so that I am a smirt boy. Who will win game 3? And I'll leave that as it is. And I'll start it once the draft starts, as usual, with 5 minutes on the clock. So, I hope you're all having a good time. I am certainly having a good time. Today, we will find out which team is going home and which team will play against this team, Wildheart, in the Losers Finals. That will be happening next week, Saturday, Sunday, once again, with the Losers Finals being first, and then the Grand Finals, which will be a best of 7, with Simplicity getting a 1-map lead. The only team that Simplicity will not be looking for revenge against Simplicity would be Oxygen Esports. As Oxygen Esports are the only team who have yet to lose against Simplicity. Wildheart, they of course lost during the they lost a little bit earlier. CrowdControl, they lost earlier as well. Wildheart losing in the winners finals, CrowdControl in the round 1. Very cool to see. Or technically round 4 if you count the gauntlet phase. Very cool to see. Exciting. But one of these teams, CrowdControl or Oxygen Esports, is going home after this series. I mean, they are already home. We should all be home. Stay indoors. Let's get this the heck over with so I can go see my girlfriend. Please. For the love of all that is holy and scientific, let's just finish this, please. Just stay indoors. Wear a mask. Drink of anger. Alrighty. But that's what they're fighting for. The winner plays Wildheart. The loser will be 4th place in the HeroesCCL. Excuse me. And there is no difference, to be fair, between 4th place and 3rd place in terms of prize pool. Both 4th and 3rd place will get $4,621 US. This is, of course, currently adjusted for the user donations, which have got over $10,000 so far. 2nd place, though, $5,641. This is excluding their current pays that they get just for being players. And $7,683 for 1st place. So Simplicity have already guaranteed themselves at least $1,000 each. Well, they're 6 players, so just under $1,000 each. If they want at least $1,000 each, they got to win. Let's see what they can do. Plenty of time to see how this goes. For now, let's have a look at some statistics while we wait for the mainstream to get back from its break. And again, if you're enjoying, consider dropping a sub. We're only 21 subs away from our 100 sub goal. Excuse me. Or you can drop a donation. Donations are, of course, very appreciated as well. You can either use bits or the Streamlabs link. Again, big thank you to the people who have subbed today. Tramerston, who subbed earlier on. We had words are hard. Trelada Bloodwind, Casey Court, and we had Danny Don't Disco raided earlier, and we had donations from Salticune and from the Force DK. Thank you everyone who's been supporting so far today. I will, of course, shout out your name until the cows come home because I cannot do this without you. I don't get paid by CCL. Riot, don't Riot. No, I'm not going to do that. That's a bad taste joke at this stage. But tell them how you feel. If you don't want to donate, you don't have the, or you just can't donate or sub at the moment, that is 100% understandable. I appreciate you being here. The biggest things you could do that are absolutely free to support this channel and support my CCL casting is to first watch, increase those view numbers, and second, be vocal. Talk about the stream in the Twitter posts made about CCL. Try and bring more attention to this stream on Reddit, on Twitter, Discord threads, anything you like. Take clips of this stream and post them so that people can see this stream exists and we can maybe increase that audience, get more attention into the stream, and try and raise the hype that way. That is the best free way you can help this channel. That helps too, following so you know when I go live. Thank you, Cuxbig. That is certainly a name. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a lovely time. But we're going to be getting, excuse me, getting ready to jump into game number 3 once the mainstream gets back. But there are plenty of free ways that you can support this channel, and every single one is appreciated. You're watching on YouTube, subscribe. We're trying to get to 4K subs this year. It's unlikely. We have like 800 to go, but it's possible. We're going to try. And of course, you can donate via the link in the description or hit that join button to support monthly for as little as 99 cents. Let's talk about top picks. Wildheart have lent very heavily on Johanna throughout the season, but of course the meta changes have actually adjusted how effective that is pretty significantly throughout this season so far, so it's nice to see that coming in. It's a pretty big change. 12 games played so far on Johanna, 12 games played on Sylvanas as well. We have our game, but so far we have not been seeing CrowdControl do that, in fact banning out the Johanna in the majority of their games. For the side of Oxygen Esports, their top hero has been D.Va, and we saw that attempted by the side of CrowdControl in that last game, and it did not work out as well as they'd hoped. No, sorry, the D.Va was Wildheart, and we can see, was Oxygen, and we can see exactly why now. 14 games, 71.43% win rate. They're doing very, very well with it. Am I going to cast the upcoming Masters Clash or anything like that? They reached out to me about casting. I gave them a rate, expecting them to negotiate, and they just said, okay, and never contacted me again. I don't think they expected me to ask to be paid. Unfortunately, that's kind of how the industry works. So yes, I'm not casting Masters Clash. I didn't know there was a Quarantine Cup. Depending on what it is, and if the casting's open, and if I'm free, yeah, I'm just going to try. I want to at least cast two times a week, just for the year. At least 2 times a week. Hello, Jinxie. I love you too. There's the D.Va ban. D.Va coming in 1-1 in this series so far. Medivh and Uther left available for both of these teams so far. And there goes Medivh. Not going to be available this time. And hey, there it is, Johanna coming in for CrowdControl. It's their #1 picked hero, so we're going to see that jumping in this time. Volskaya Foundry, great map for Johanna. She's great for area control and avoiding people hard engaging points, which is always nice and welcome. Gives you a lot of flexibility. Very smart indeed. So now, Oxford Esports with Diva banned away and Hanzo taken away from, and Johanna taken away from them. Hanzo and Brightwing and Sylvanas move into their lower pick rates. They're going to go to Stukov though, only picked 6 times this season, excluding today's games. That gives them a little bit of flexibility. That's Stukov, allowing them to react a bit more safely, and Zarya makes a return once again. Second Zarya for CrowdControl here. Let's see how it works. It worked last time. Can they keep the momentum going? Game number 1, Zarya for CrowdControl, really dominated, using that unstoppable competitor to deny mind controls, deny hard engages from Oxygen Esports. Uther will be removed. That would be a great combo here. Shields plus armor maximizes the usage of your shield, so it's always good to get both if you can have them effectively in a decent strat. Excuse me. CrowdControl now. Going to be picking the Deathwing away, banning that out, removing it from play. Yeah, the Uther left until round 2. The Zarya prioritized more heavily for CrowdControl here. Oxygen Esports now. Tanks, bruisers, another assassin. Their priorities could be anything they like. Leoric. They could easily run that as a main tank, which it looks like they might be doing with currently Red Robot hovering that Leoric. They've run that before, so we could easily see P bringing out another Bruiser hero. They've done this before. CrowdControl. Ah, crap, the predictions. Doing them now. Thank you. I really am not good at this. I've only just started using predictions. They're started now, so you'll get a little bit of in-game prediction as well. Why not? Thank you. I'm really bad at remembering that, so thank you. Yrel and Anduin to finish out the draft for CrowdControl. That Yrel off-lane, so it is a second Zarya assassin. Final pick for Oxygen Esports to close out this draft. They take a note out of Wild Heart's book and they bring out the Mephisto. So that is going to be a main tank Leoric or a main tank Blaze. Right now, it's looking like a main tank Leoric, but they could swap this at the end. They've run this a couple times before. You can't cleanse and entomb, but you can leap of faith and entomb, which is what makes this quite interesting. Very interesting to see that little bit of flexibility there. Alright, well, who's going to come out on top? We will be finding out very shortly as we're getting ready to head into game number 4. Wait, 3. Wow, I really am not on point today. Game number 3 of our best of 5 series. Who will take the lead in this best of 5 series and move themselves one game away from playing against Wild Hearts in the lower bracket final? And who will end their CCL season here? Let's find out as the game has begun. We are heading in, and on the left-hand side, CrowdControl once again bringing back that Zarya and the Anduin to try and deal with the Entomb Leoric. A very solid main tank coming in here. And on the right-hand side, catching up in that last game, we're going to be seeing Oxygen Esports bringing out the Mephisto, taking the leaf out of Wild Heart's book, the main tank Leo, and the off-lane Blaze. The Blaze making up for the Leoric's lack of hard engage. Scatter Arrow gets some good damage. Thunder Fury, ready and available. Nasmus, poking away, doing what he can. Good stun there by Nasmus, putting on some pressure. Rutzau, though, at full energy and making the most of it, trying to do some counter damage. We're starting off once again with that extra energy from allies. From shields in general, very nice there by Rutzau. It worked so well last time. This is, again, a map where he could go a little more globe focused this time, but he seems to like this build, and it seems to be very much working for him. Who's going to tell him no? Not the enemy team. They keep dying. So together we are strong being picked up here. Overall, everything else pretty standard. Blaze is going for the Adrenaline Stim Pack instead of the new habits. That sometimes varies. We already mentioned the Thunder Fury Dauntless coming in for the Rel this time. But overall, Leoric, I guess, as well. The Spectral Swing cooldown reduction. Overall, this is a pretty standard talents. Everything that is picked that is out of the ordinary is still relatively consistently picked. We're not going to see too much variation there. Brain Hope onto Lauba. He will just tank through that for the moment. Melt! Zarya destroys that turret. Grabbing it for the team. Level 4 is available. That's first blood. That percentage damage from Red Robot, able to take down Lauba on that Johanna, so bot will be pushed in. Ooh, ignore all distractions on... Destructions. Ignore all distractions on Hanzo. That's interesting. We're going for a little bit of extra range, the ability to poke the objective from a distance. This potentially leads us towards a Dragon Strike. The Enter the Dragon build, potentially, with Dragon Strike and the Entomb combo. If we don't go Entomb, it will be very weird. The Anduin used, of course, as a great counter to the Leoric Entomb combo. Leoric, by the way, mixing it up, not going for a Neil Peasants level 4 as he is the main tank. He's gone for Ghastly Reach, maximizing his chance of slowing as many heroes as possible and better for team fights. And, of course, even helps his Consume Vitality on level 1 to increase his self-sustain. Speed Barrier for Zarya. And we're going to see a Sins exposed for Johanna. Rutsao using his shield right now. They're going to try and get some fort damage. Going to try and take out some towers. Max energy is applied, but they're still going to have to retreat. Root, very nicely applied to Banana Rage there. They weaken the tower, but they have not finished it. Blaze, Incinerator Gauntlets. He's really going for some wave clear here. He is off lane. He's got to be able to keep up on that wave clear. Fort is taken. Big stun onto Dayquaza. Uses the Hand of Freedom to get away. Objective between Dino and Red Robot. Red Robot landed his Drain, so he is able to take control for now. Hopelessness for the Leo. The extra range on the Drain. Speed boost for the Mephisto. Crossfire, of course, coming in for the Blaze. Great zone in there. Surge of Light for Cassia. Divine Steed for Yarel. Wants to be mobile. Pinpoint accuracy. We expected that charge. Onto X-Ray. Anduin in a little bit of trouble backing up here. There's the Drain Hope. Not enough to finish the job. Quick heals. Topping everyone up here. Very interesting that we go for Hopelessness instead of Willing Vessel as a main tank. But I guess if you're going for maximum range, he's dead. If you're going for the maximum range style with that Ghastly Reach, might as well make sure that you're getting the drains off of anyone, no matter how far away they are. Doesn't help him in this case because he died. I mean, again, he is a skeleton. P comes in, good damage. X-Ray in a really rough position here. Great knockback by Dayquaza. X-Ray trying to stay inside the vertical emitter, but he's still being focused down. Heals himself up, but taken out by Leo. Red Robot on the flank turret, I believe, was still taken by CrowdControl, but they lose a member, maybe two, of Dayquaza's core. 93% on the objective, and with no X-Ray, no healing is available, but that doesn't stop Dino going real deep for some damage out for here. He gets the shield, tries to finish off Madara, but is instead picked off by Madara. Madara, the turnaround play, good damage output, wins that fight, and that's going to be the first objective going over to Oxygen Esports. CrowdControl, a little messy there, getting punished. The Protector is being straight up ignored. There we go. Nazmus will get on board and it's going to run it straight to bot lane. The strategy that we see a lot of people doing these days, not using the Protector for top lane, because even though that's where the next objective is, but most games are ended through bot lane, so they've cut out that middle step of trying to just win a second Protector, and instead they utilize this to try and punish bot lane and set themselves up to try and end the game as early as possible, or at least take an earlier keep as possible. As the Protector will push its way in, no second person inside it, Blaze is going to keep pushing that in. There is the Dragon Strike, as we predicted, Durance of Hate, the Entomb, Bunker for Blaze. Stukov, probably a flailing swipe, but it could be a massive shove. Here's a massive shove. Alrighty. Valkyrie coming in for Cassia. Entomb is burned. Loba drops his Condemn and his Iron Skin to try and stay alive. That forces Red Robot to disengage. It's a falling sword for Johanna, which is used to disengage this time. Caught in the Dragon Strike. Expulsion Zone. It is the Light Bomb Falling Sword combo. Let's see if they can capitalize on this and get some kills. They got 35 seconds until they can use that Falling Sword again, though. Bot took out the entire front wall and the fountain. That will help Oxford Esports when it comes to the third objective. Support camp being sustained. Very annoying. Red Robots playing very far up here. The Drain Hope really bullying Lauber out here. Camp's still alive, but it's still fighting. It's a 4 versus 4. Who's going to take the risk? 4 seconds. Until the Valkyrie, until the Falling Sword Expulsion Zone. Johanna couldn't get to the Healing Pulse. Finally able to do it. Massive shove pushes X-Ray away. Loba trying to hold the line for the moment. Durance over the wall. Catches Loba. They get the shield. But that's another route onto Cassia. But they tank through it. Holding themselves together this time. They keep everything going. Let's see that again. That was a very smooth escape. You see the focus coming in. Good damage. Check out Loba here. Very amusing to see for starters. Red Robot drops the Entomb. Valkyrie comes in. Splits him up. He can't reach the Healing Pulse. Finally, he's able to get it round the angle. But you see the follow-up engage coming in here. Great angle from P from over the wall. And Dyna steps a little bit too far forward. But everyone else, Rutzau was causing enough pressure from over the wall to prevent anyone from following up too hard and able to gain a huge advantage. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough. Hopefully, I think that might be me. I think it's the replays that might be causing that. All right, we're going to do this again because this fixed it last time. Refresh. That fixed it last time, so hopefully this will fix it this time. I think it's the replays that caused that. But it hasn't. It's only done it twice. We'll see. It seems to be fine for the moment. Charge with Dragon Strike. Splits the team. They're able to get out. Oh, that was close. Dayquaza just sneaking away there. Red Robot, Drain Hopes onto Rutzau, tanking through. Next objective will be beginning its activation sequence in a couple seconds. Speed of the Pious coming in for Anduin. Wants to stay mobile, stay away from Leoric, keep the team healed up. I wonder if we'll see another Lightwell or if we will go for a Holy Nova or a Desperate Prayer. Red Robot condemned by Johanna, but again, the Drain Hope. That extra range with Hopelessness really causing some problems. Durance over the wall, catches Zarya, who is immediately melted. Doesn't even drop the turret. Die now. Able to pick that back up, though. It's a counter kill onto Hanzo, 1 for 1. They do Rubenana H. Condemn is good, but X-Ray is low. Might have to drop his turret, but he's going to try and sustain for now. Holds onto it. They're trying to delay, and there's disengage. Dayquaza forced to wrap around. He got nearly taken out. No self-cleanse for Zarya this time. Spell armor is what we're going to see. That is an interesting risk. We're seeing those Durances coming in, but in this case, the biggest engage tool is going to be that Entomb. So Unstoppable Competitor, it will deal with Durance, but that spell barrier is going to allow Zarya to absorb a lot more damage from what is a very spell power focused composition. Larva and Nasmus dueling it out for now. Larva is coming off way worse. The Adrenaline Stim Pack really just gaining value in the meantime. Expulsion Zone catches out Stucco, but that Dragon Strike is big! X-Ray and Rutzau are low. Quick heal from X-Ray onto himself. The speed of the Pious gets him out of there. Red Robot chases him down. Cannot do so. Valkyrie! And that's a dead robot. Nice turnaround. Very nicely done there. We still haven't seen a Falling Sword Light Bomb combo. We still haven't seen it yet, except for, unless it was on the Hanzo and I missed it. So I was busy watching the other kill. Nasmus backs away. They're going to try and seize control. They're finally going to get some percentage of their own. Johanna will begin that. Bot lane still being sieged. It was on Hanzo. Excellent. All right, it did happen. I'm just blind. The turret's slowing down the rotation. Quite annoying. Yeah, 2 kills happening pretty much simultaneously. We both missed one. Feels bad. Level 16 available. Fortify the crowd control a little bit earlier here. Zarya. Going to go with the Cleansing Shield once again. And we do see a Holy Nova this time coming in for the Anduin. A little bit of extra burst healing for his team. Now taking some chunk damage. That's good damage coming in. Zarya gets the kill with the grenade in the expulsion zone. With that, Lauba able to stay on the point, keep sustained. Hold on to control. That's going to allow them to grab the Protector again. Lauba's not going to be the one to get into it yet. Now he'll get on board because he just took a lot of damage to crushing a Hope Leoric. So does not want to risk getting himself killed outside that Protector after taking that much damage. Again, only one person in the Protector, losing armor and spell power. Valkyrie finds the Great Mephisto in Tomb of Protection. Lovely to see. Mephisto mimics out Durance's sidestep. Falling Sword, no Light Bomb though, but they go in Expulsion Zone, putting them in, but P is one shot from death. He gets away though. The turrets have dropped. Dragon Strike, they get their Protector to keep themselves alive. Fort takes some good damage here. The Fort not finished off though. They're going to head back down to bottom. They're going to try and get some pressure down there instead. They've got 30 seconds left on this Protector. Nasmus a little bit caught out. Going to use the conveyor belts to escape. Assist ping has been used. Help! He's going to get healed up by his team. Protector has been slain. And they will let that go. The duration on the Protector running, the health on the Protector, sorry, running out there. Slower begins to clean up. Siege camps available for both sides right now. Oxygen Esports playing a little bit safer. There's the Entomb, never mind. Durance, leap of faith onto Now. He's the one who doesn't have as much sustain here. Massive shove onto Quasar, pushing him out. He immediately Divine Steeds up. Falling Sword is burned. There's the Valkyrie on the support. Light Bomb follow-up this time. They get the kill, but Lava goes down as well. Dragon Strike splits the team in two. Rutzau very separated from his team. Makes his way back in for the fight, though. They're still going. Drain Hope from Red Robot onto Rutzau. Is going to force him to disengage. Red Robot, Wraith walks away. 1 for 1. They didn't get the Falling Sword Light Bomb combo, but they did still land a great CC combo with the Falling Sword first into the Light Bomb Valkyrie. They still got the stun train, but Lauba did drop because of it. Four going to take some damage. They're going to focus this down. Minion Wave arriving in here. Now going to try and do some damage to P, but the Mimic pulls them out of danger. Madara making his way in, and this Fort will survive. But this is all CrowdControl trying to set themselves up for the third objective to try and get themselves a keep. Weaken the fort, pressure it down. If you can kill it early, it means a keep is available for you on that third objective. Percentage damage for Hanzo. Staying at range, really helping himself get some kills on that Johanna, on that Yrel, on that Zarya. That extra percentage damage is going to be insane. Durance dodged over the wall. Great map awareness. Dragon Strike, though, going to cut this in half. Johanna tanking through it, though. Yrel caught by the virulent reaction. Falling Sword uses an escape and a great invade. Fantastic success from Oxygen Esports. Getting everything there. Very nicely done. Really well played. Going to see the siege camp taken by CrowdControl because the support camp about to get Mitten. It's been taken by Oxygen Esports. CrowdControl could try and engage this because Blaze isn't here yet. They get stuck off. It's a 4 versus 4 now once Blaze arrives. And he is coming in from the side. The camp is still fighting. It's not been leashed yet. X-Ray moving up to the rest of his team as they pick up the kill. X-Ray realizes he might need needed here. Lava pulled! And just enough to keep him alive. They hit level 20. Imprisoning Light for Now. Silences and roots to catch people out if they get caught. Entomb is good. Right in the fort range. A lot of damage is done. Leap of Faith comes in as Glyph of Faith is picked up by the Anduin. There's the Condemn. Drain Hope. Dragon Strike. Splitting the team once again. Now they're fighting in the bunker here, but the bunker is expiring. Red Robot taking out Nasmus on the run. Heals himself up with the boosters. X-Ray chases him down. Support versus offlane. Support wins, but only if the offlane has no health. Very nicely one fight there. We see the Heaven's Fury coming in for the Johanna. Really committed to picking people up there. Get those resets. Loba ready to dive deep. Level 20 just around the corner for Oxygen Esports, but we're going to see a double keep attempted play for CrowdControl here. They're going to try and get top keep and then try and push in bot lane. Keep acquired. Now they're all going to get the camp on the way as well. Why not? Maximize the value. P push it in. Not enough. They are just really maximizing value. The objective being kind of ignored at this point by CrowdControl. This will give time for Oxford Esports to get level 20 and contest. But they're also busy defending their base, so it is good. Zarya, by the way, going with the Grenadier here. Really high damage output here. The cooldown reduction for Hanzo, main reason for going this build. When it comes to the ignore all distractions, keeping himself at range, landing auto attacks more consistently. This is also where we see Redemption these days to get that cooldown, enter the dragon. The unspeakable horror for Mephisto. That silence. So impactful in all of the games we've been seeing it so far. Such a strong talent. And Leoric making himself a big old damage dealer with that burning despair. Really ready to get stuck in and brawl now. Making their way forward. Red Robot. So yeah, we have no buried alive, remember. He's all about being the tank here. He is frontlining with this. Fortified bunker as well, coming in for Blaze. Red Robot, he's playing far forward, looking for his chance. He's taking a lot of damage. He's onto the point. Valkyrie just missing Madara. Dragon Strike was burned. Falling Sword, no Light Bomb. Light Bomb as the follow-up only hits Leoric. The bunker protecting everyone else. They back away. But that Heaven's Fury means 7 seconds left until Falling Sword again. P in a rough position. Unspeakable Horror drops it to Quasar, who is cleansed out by the cleansing shield of the Zarya, who is also going to be silenced, but tanks through. Massive shove. Only catching from Sour into the terrain. Does not knock him far. P is taken out. Charge from Blaze misses. Red Robot dropping low, but he's drained, hoping to try and keep himself alive. Down goes Stukov. Down goes Hanzo. P's in full. Red Robot's in full retreat. That is a great Ardent defender to tank through. It absorbs all of the drain hope. Red Robot is down. F the objective. Let's go for keep. As CrowdControl, never mind. F the keep too. Let's go for end. They wrap around. Quasi was thinking about going through, but yeah, they wrap through the keep wall. Straight through this keep area. They've already taken down top, so they're going to try and end the game. Big stuns coming out from Blaze, but they're interrupted by the unstoppables of Seraphim and the unstoppable of Johanna as they make their way forward. Sorry, not Johanna. Johanna's dead. Light Bomb. That's good. Cause focus down. And that's 2-1 in favor of CrowdControl. Naspers will not be able to defend this, and that will be the game going over to CrowdControl, making themselves one game closer to moving on to that lower bracket final. Nicely done. CrowdControl taking the lead, one game away now from victory. That's Zarya. They now have a 100% win rate with Zarya in this series. It keeps working for him. And the points. Let me do that. Choose prediction. Choose outcome. CrowdControl. Complete prediction. Points for the CrowdControl voters. They're able to take the victory there. You can see the damage output at the end. Madara are really trying to feed in the damage output as best they can. The 4-death Leoric, though, was a real struggle. Loba, 3 deaths, but everyone else in his team only 1 death because Loba was the only one who was really effectively frontlining and in danger a couple of the times. Nicely done by CrowdControl, whereas Oxford Esports, they struggled because their main engage tool in this case was Leoric, and their backup was Mephisto or Blaze, both of which have a very telegraphed wind-up, which allowed the Iron Skin of Johanna to tank it, and the mobility of Yrel cleansing, of Zarya cleansing, at least the root part of it, and Anduin getting that leap of faith, kept everyone safe and pulled them out of danger. That's game number 2. That's game... Oh my god, what is my maths? That is game number 3. And we're going to be getting ready to move on to game number 4 in this best of 5 series. Winner will move on to play against Wildheart Esports in the lower bracket finals. The loser will be eliminated. Hello, Lana. Thank you very much for the sub earlier. We're still going. We are still going. We're getting ready for game number 4. CrowdControl just took the lead. And they're getting ready to jump in as soon as possible. I'm going to see if I can spy on the mainstream to get the map so that we know where we're going. feels good. Also, I will set up the predictions because I'm still really bad at that and I will forget otherwise. Who will win game 4? It's ready. Please remind me when the draft starts. Please remind me when the draft starts to start the predictions because I will forget. I always do. Alrighty, we're getting ready for game number 4 at this stage. Will Oxygen Esports be able to take us to our first game number 5? Literally our first game number 5 of the playoffs. Every single game has been 3 games or 4 games. Can they be the ones to do it, or will CrowdControl take the victory and go in for their matchup versus Wild Heart Esports? And at least I'm consistent. Exactly. Definitely planned. Me smooth brain, me do prediction. Alrighty, we're going to be getting ready very shortly. I'm spying on the main stream. Give me those maps. Give me those maps. Yes, they'll be fighting. The winner of this will move on to play against Wild Heart Esports for their chance to play against Simplicity in the grand final. The loser will be a loss. They will be lost and will be officially placed 4th in CCL, which is above average. Hooray! I will tell you when I see the map bans. I don't get them on my stream. They don't tell us. We have to literally watch the main stream to get them because it doesn't show up on my clean feed. In fact, this... Oh, hang on. Studio mode. This is all that I see until the drafting game starts. They don't give us anything else. So we don't actually get to see the map bans. That's all we get. We have to, which is why I'm currently watching the main stream on my preview monitor so that I can see what the map bans are. If they show them, because they don't always do. They get it told in their ear and can see it in-game. We don't get to see that a lot of the time. Just how it be. You guys don't really understand just how little we are given here. I'm okay with it because the clean feed is a clean feed. We get the games. All that's important is the draft and the games. I am happy with the rest and can deal with the rest. Everything is fine. Yes, it's sometimes laggy. Yes, it's sometimes low quality, but it is a clean feed with the games, meaning I get to cast the games. That's what I care about. None of the rest of this I care about. I just want to cast good Heroes of the Storm. That's why I am here. I'll cast bad Heroes of the Storm too. I just like casting. That's why I'm here. I would not be here if it wasn't. If I wanted to make more money, I would go and try and get a community ban. Hey, hang on. Wait. Hang on. We got him. All right, so bans. Garden was banned by CrowdControl. Tomb was banned by Oxygen. And the next map is going to be Towers of Doom, picked by CrowdControl. So Oxygen are getting first pick here. Alrighty, we're going to Towers of Doom. Alright, got it. Nailed it. But yeah, if I wanted to earn money, I'd probably just try and get like a community manager job. But that's not why I'm here. I do this because I love it. I don't make good money from this. I barely make enough to live. Nope, too late. Forgot it. It's gone. I don't really make enough money to live off streaming. I survive barely due to the fact that I'm back home with my family, having to move back after HTC was cancelled, because guess what? No job. And I'm surviving off the generosity of them and you guys to be able to afford food and to at least support them back a little way in some cases. That's the only way I keep going. So thank you to everyone who supports this way, because that's why I do it. I do it because I really, really love it, and I still want to make something out of this because it is a dream job. It is my dream job. I love doing this. It's what makes me happy. And I want to chase that. Because if I don't chase what makes me happy now, when am I ever going to do it? So yeah, there we go. There's my opinion on it. Towers of Doom, coming up. Map choice by CrowdControl, meaning Oxygen Esports are getting first pick and first ban. Going to be getting ready to jump into that as soon as possible. After I win the lottery, got to be in the lottery to do that. I can't waste money on lottery tickets. You gotta put that $250 on a lottery ticket could go towards a pack of ham, or a tin of beans, or several tins of beans. It's value. It's value lost. Where's this draft? Hello? Draft? Is it on the main stream? Or are they just delayed? Okay, it's not on the main stream either. They're getting set up, clearly. So player probably went to the bathroom, which is why we don't have a draft yet. We're good. So, we're going to be getting a bag of rice. Yeah, exactly. $2.50 for a lottery ticket in the UK is a lot of rice or pasta. Very filling stuff. A lot of potatoes. Think of the potatoes. It is value. On the very odd occasion, I will throw, if I have a little bit extra, I will throw it, because if you're not in it, you don't win it. But it's not very often. Have thought about casting another game? Yes! I do cast another game. The other money I get money from streaming, which is some money, and I get a little bit of money when I do Fiverr. I will literally cast anything people put my way. We're going to jump into the draft as we have it up. But yeah, I have Fiverr. I will literally cast anything people pay me to do. I have cast something like 36 different games and sports in 2020. I'm all over the shop. I'm all over it. So yeah, I am casting other games. It's just very hard to find new games out there that are hiring new casters right now, because guess what? Every caster's out of work. It's really hard to find anything. I don't have an agency. I don't have an agent. I don't have anyone really working in my corner. I'm just doing what I can. Yep, 36. Soccer, American football, darts, wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu, MMA, Olympic sports, several different events. Fiverr's not just a $5 thing anymore. I don't charge $5 for it, but I also only do single games and stuff like that. I do like anywhere between a 1 minute and a 5 minute video. CrowdControl going to start off with the banning of Diva Oxygen, removing the Cassia, their second ban now. What are we going to see? The Johanna is banned away. The highest paying one, by the way, in case anyone is interested, was the Olympics, closely followed by darts. Those are the two highest paying commentary jobs from Fiverr that I have got so far. As we do see Johanna taken out of action. I do what I can. Anything to make the money at this point. Abatha is removed. Medivh allowed through a very risky play as CrowdControl allow the Medivh to go over to Oxygen Esports, but Uther available. Zarya once again available. Long-range delay strats. Abatha banned. Vikings are available. We know Oxygen play him. With the Medivh, a little bit less likely. Oh, the predictions. Hey, I remember myself this time. Hogger's gonna make his way through, and they pick Tyker's the biggest Hogger counter. Predictions are up. I remember this time. I'm a good streamer. Absolutely nailed it. Medivh making his way in. So yeah, Vikings never played by CrowdControl to date, so we do not know if they have someone who could sneak that in. Well, they can't anymore. Vikings and Medivh for the members of Oxygen Esports. Why the hell not? Let's go. They have the split soak value now, so they don't have to worry about getting a second wave clear hero, because Medivh is a little bit rubbish at that. So here we go. Here we go. Vikings back in play. How do CrowdControl deal with this? And with the fact they have Hogger now, Hogger's not the best double soak hero. He might actually struggle to keep up. CrowdControl may have to pick something like a Falstad in order to keep up with the Viking rotation. With the Viking double soak. They may have to rely on something like a Falstad or a Zool in order to keep in play. The Zarya is going to be banned out. They don't want to be interrupted on those objectives. By the way, everybody, we're still only 21 subs away from jumping in with our 100 sub goal for January. We're just over halfway through January, or just under 2/3 of the way through January, and we only need 21 subs to go. So thank you everyone who's been supporting. If you want to support the stream, consider dropping a sub, because again, I literally cannot do this without you. Uther and ETC! Hello, friend! The holy cow has graced us with his presence. And this is going to be a stunlock comp. But they've gone for something that's going to be very heavy control over that bot lane. Give themselves a little bit of push potential. I like it. I like it a lot. Little bit of extra pressure to be applied there. Oxygen Esports finishing out their draft now. Genji punished that backline. But there's a second stun. Uther with Holy Shock build actually wins 1v1s versus Genji most of the time. as Diablo will make his way in as the final pick. That's the main tank. Diablo, Medivh, Genji, Brightwing. Very risky comp, but very high reward. It's an incredibly hard to execute comp in terms of actual consistent damage output. Let's see if they can pull it off as CrowdControl. They get the double supports. They bring out Stukov. So they are relying on Tychus and Hogger to be their wave clears, or they are going to bring Hogger into the 4-man after level 10 is hit and let Lauber soak with the Echo Pedal stage dive. Plenty of options there. Wave clear isn't something CrowdControl are too worried about. It's the speed of rotations that they need to pay attention to, because those Vikings will be soaking consistently. Let's see what they can do as we're going to be heading in to game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Can Oxygen even up the score, or will CrowdControl secure victory and move on to the lower bracket final? This is where we find out. You have how long left on the predictions? 1 minute and 36 seconds left on the predictions. They are in your channel points section of the channel. Let's get this going as we are heading in to game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. On the right, looking to even up the score and keep themselves in the CCL. It is Oxygen Esports. If they lose, they are 4th place. Their journey is over. Let's see if they can do it. Bring it back in, the Medivh Vikings Genji. This is just as mean as it can get, really.
The battle begins in
and on the left, looking to secure their place in that lower bracket final.
5,
It's
4,
going to be CrowdControl.
1.
Ready to put on the pressure.
Waiting for.
Interesting to see. Tychus going with the extra attack range this time. Bringing out that press the advantage. Not going with a grenade-based build. Trying to focus the kills. Get Genji. Get the Medivh. I couldn't talk there for a second. ETC starting with Block Party. Block the attacks of those Vikings. They will actually help when they get percentage damage. And we're seeing a trap set by Oxygen Esports. They're trying to keep people on the rotation. Expecting Vikings to be sniped. Not going to happen. There appears to be a random best of 5 floating in the center of the screen, but well will deal. P poking away at Lauber. Reactive Ballista Pause once again for the Stukov. P, portal for safety in case he needs it. Oh, he goes over the wall. Cyber agility. Uther with a wave of light build. X-Ray, the main support this time, playing the Uther with Rutzau. The off support going to be playing the Stukov. Let's see what they can do. Great force of will, protecting Red Robot. Power slide, catching Brightwing and Red Robot. Portal used by both of them to escape. Lurking arm, splitting the team. Dayquaza zoning the Vikings. This cap going to be captured as Olaf goes down to Hogger. Dayquaza, good damage. It's only a Viking, so it's not a full first blood yet. CrowdControl playing very aggressive, but they're feeding into Madara, who's getting some very heavy stacking done. Tychus with this build likely going to be going for a bigger they are. Actually, I think this might be an In the Rhythm game. There's only one tank to deal with. In the Rhythm might be the play here. We'll have to see. I don't think he should go Master Assassin, because he's just going to feed more kills, field more deflex over to Genji. There it is. We do see a In the Rhythm. Bigger they are, only going to be valuable on Diablo. There's only one tank to kill. Good power slide, but Madara too quick. Also, in case you just missed it, ETC just went for a crowd surfer. Lauber playing risky. Over the wall power slides are available now, but he's going to have to retreat first to stay alive. Gets his healing, extra 20 armor, even some extra armor from the Uther there. Big stun onto P. Power slide follow-up. Multi-ban cleanse from Banana H to save the day. Banana H, by the way, cooldown reduction on cleanse. Going very heavy on the sustain build here. Rutzau counter stun as they are able to land it from X-Ray. Gets a couple autos on the way out. Rutzau is sustained. Alter phase begins. Oxygen Esports relentless on the members of CrowdControl. P and Madara are going to come in. They will interrupt X-Ray. Tigers snuck his way top to interrupt the Vikings. We're going to see both supports and the tanks down in bot lane. Vikings will be zoned away. Right hand is taken. Left hand is about to be taken. The question is, can everyone down here stay alive long enough for Tychus and Ray and Dayquaza to make their way back down? The answer is, by the looks of it, yes. They avoid the portals, and here comes Dayquaza. Big stun to Madara, who has 26 stacks already. Trying to chase him down. Loma not looking too healthy, but they're able to pick off Medivh. That's a big kill, removing the stacks, but big dive by P. Able to pick off the Stukov 2 for 1 in favor of Oxygen Esports. And with that, the Vikings sneak away the objective. Very nicely done. Oh, Dayquaza, he might actually fall here as well. Big stun. The body blocks are insane there. Great shadow charge from Red Robot. And they pick up that kill. Brightwing really heavily going in for keeping the team alive here through all these AoE stuns. Going with the critical mist. A very rare talent to see here, but fun to see anyway. Giving an extra 40% healing. Wait, no, I can't read. Sorry, healing an extra 165. Doubled if Brightwing removes a disabling effect with that extra cleanse. With the mist there, they make their way forward. Soothing Mist healing going to be needed right now, but Banana X just keeping Madara alive. Red Robot dropping low, portals out. P causing pressure on the backline. Deflect, hold command used by Dai now. He will avoid it. 36 stacks. He's also got a comeback tactician, so he's got that cooldown reduction. Uther, hand of protection. ETC, hammer on this time. Ready to do some damage. There's the power slide. Good job. Trying to get Ritzau out of position, out of danger, and they do succeed. Another great deflect by P. Lurking arm, ETC. A little bit of trouble. Red Robot really trying to punish. ECP was thinking about diving, but he's playing it safe. Instead, they clear out the camp. They really want Nasmus. They really want it, and they're able to pick it up. Counter-engaged by Red Robot, unsuccessful. Perfect defense for Genji, getting that shield for all damage deflected. They have to make some heavy use of the S and H keys for the members of CrowdControl, or whatever they have hotkeyed as their hold or stop command. Brightwing topping up Red Robot. Still went with that percentage healing, which is really going to help a hero like Diablo. Ritzau channeling. Lauber zoning. Vikings soaking. Almost a half-level lead available to Oxygen Esports, making the most of these Vikings soaking abilities. Wave of Light is complete. That will help. Dayquaza flanked again. The Viking kill squad able to flank him every time he comes to help his team and returns to lane. They let Genji dive him and they capitalize. And CrowdControl have not caught on yet as level 10 is hit for Oxygen Esports a little bit earlier. There's the play again. No surprise there. X-Strike for follow-up engage. Leyline and APOC. CrowdControl, though, they're about to hit level 10 too. They're not too far behind. Loba needs to be very, very careful. Very careful. That's not careful. You're too far. Hortapult. There's the mosh pit. That has to be a Divine Shield then. That can't not be a Divine Shield if you're going for mosh pit. Surely. Oh my god, it isn't. They're going in. They're going ham, team. Let's go. It's Commandeer Odin as well. The Divine Shield and massive shove. They are going heavy in on the CC. Making their way forward. This is going to really help them pick off Genji. Red Robot, he's right there. Medivh hovering above. He can leyline from over the wall here. But look at that. Dayquaza's ready for it. Diablo trying to hold, and he will steal the camp. The portal out as well. Nicely done. No one stepping onto the point after Loba was pushed off it, and the camp is stolen. They will clear it up, though, keeping themselves sustained. X-Ray, Ritzau, they try to turn onto Loba. He's tanking through for now. There's the stun by X-Ray. Follow-up stun. The cleanse is good. It's a big chunk of healing, and Brightwing comes in for the sustain. Loba looking a little bit low. Mosh pit. Apocalypse. Massive shove. That will interrupt the mosh pit, and Loba is getting burst here as they try to focus him down. Divine Storm still available. Leyline Seal grabs both grabs one of the healers. Divine Storm comes out. They're able to focus on Red Robot here. Try to go in for the turnaround play to pick him off. Force of Will protects from a lot of damage. Follow-up stun by X-Ray. Power slide from Loba. Portal face melt. They get the kill. Souls are deleted. Diablo will return. Nasmus gets that Viking out of there. This game is very chaotic. X-Ray gets the channel. CrowdControl finally even up the core health. The ley line Divine Shield working quite well in their favor there, able to pick off Diablo on the way.
Will not give up so easily.
Very nicely done. Auction Esports. Starting their way onto their own siege camp, a little bit of extra value there. Medivh sees everything and invade. Thought about, a little bit late though. Loba unable to gain the value. No Mosh Pit for another 56 seconds. No Divine Storm for 24 seconds. They try to catch P as he comes in to harass. Instead, Loba can eat a lot of damage and a B-step from Prisma. Cruelty for Diablo. Big shadow charge onto Loba, allowing Madara to make his way through the portal. Counter power slide from Loba, trying to get onto Red Robot. Being forced to retreat. P's going very aggressive. Leyline catches 3. There's the APOC. Timed well, gets 2. And that's a big chunk of damage. Uther is taken out, as is Stukov. Both the supports down, and they get the Tychus on the way through. Uther Ghost is healing Loba, but that was a lot of damage. The Nordic Attack Squad really making work here as they take out Loba as well. The Master's Touch Arcade Rift is done. That is a 4-for-0 in favor of Oxygen Esports as they look poised to set themselves up for a game number 5. As level 13 is now finally available for CrowdControl. Encore for ETZ. He wants big old mosh pit cooldowns. Well met for Uther. The double alter phase. 5 shots to 3 is likely what we'll see, because we will see CrowdControl try to defend their own side here. But in the meantime, Sappers are about to be pushing into their bot lane. Vikings in position. Medivh on the way from base. Rutsau channeling. Loba makes his way in. Mosh Pit and Divine Storm are both available again. Power slide. Face melt. And Rutsau finishes the channel. This engage can stop now, if they wish. That was a good attempt. Divine Storm, it's pretty good. Lava moves forward looking for his angle, trying to find that mosh pit. He gets it. That's a 3-man mosh pit. Banana Ray's going to be taken out. Huge focus. Viking down, Medivh down, and now Diablo down. They focus him out and pick up the kill. They lose the shot race, but they are getting the boss. Greedy CrowdControl will only be 1 point behind. The Sappers did make their way in for the core, which is why we saw a little bit of extra damage onto CrowdControl, but that is going to be a 1 fight for CrowdControl. They get the boss, and we are 20 health to 21. These teams not giving each other an inch here. Making their way down to the bot lane to reclaim that power slide. Oop, a quick pause. The power slide over the wall to save time on the rotation. Remember, that crowd surfer actually allows you to get a little bit of extra value, because you can use when you use crowd surfer, if you don't take damage, it actually gives you a quicker cooldown on power slide. I mean, you can actually rotate around the map really quickly with it. It's very nice as just a general rotation tool, and actually gives it some great out of combat utility. It's pretty nice. I like it. It's a good talent. It's fun. It's very rare to use. It's really good against heroes like Genji and Medivh, because they always try to hide out in places, and ETC can get to them that way. Waiting for us to go back into game. They jumped to the out of game screen while we wait to see what is the problem with this pause. Let's see if we have any information. We don't. So that's lovely. Okay, looks like I wasn't the only one with lag. Again, it turns out the lags weren't the replay, so we might try replays again. It's not just me. Everyone is having issues. Superb. I keep worrying. I keep being like, oh, it's me. I've broken something. Everything's ruined. Nope. Not me this time. Hooray! Alrighty. Excuse me. We're getting ready to jump back into game as soon as the players are ready. Hopefully there is no big problem. We'll be able to get into game as soon as possible. Remember, this is what they are fighting for. Winner moves on to play against Wildheart Esports at the Losers Finals. We're back in the game. P's being chased. Power slide was used. Remember to make it over the wall, but he did get the cooldown reduction. We'll find it onto Banana Rage. Follow-up stun. They don't Divine Storm, but sniped by Uther. Wraparound from Dayquaza. P is still on the run. Portal comes out, and that gets him out of there. Hornipult even attempted to knock him away. That's going to be a stolen Sapper Camp, and we may see the entirety of bot going over to CrowdControl here. If they just go for the proxy Sapper rush here, making the most of ETC's armor, they're going to make the most of Rutsao's armor, actually. Remember, Rutsao actually has his biotic armor at level 4, one of the few armor talents that does not specify heroes, meaning that his physical armor works on forts, allowing him to tank stuff like that very effectively and to help his team tank stuff like that. That's the play they were going for there. They take control of bot on the side of Oxygen, meaning that currently their objectives are swapped. Red Robot going in deep. Diablo coming in. That's a portal back into the enemy team if he's not careful. Good power slide. Good Divine Storm. They take out Medivh. Rutsao is having some trouble with P on the backline. The Vikings are dueling with Hogger. Red Robot taken out. Not enough souls this time. We can see P making his way down. Vikings interrupting Hogger once again. 2 members of CrowdControl make their way to bot to try and make sure they get that cap. Their minions are about to get bot bell tower, guaranteeing them an extra shot, meaning they are about to get 10 shots, meaning they probably should just let Hogger get that cap before that bot fort went down. That is a bit of a misplay. 10 shots onto the core of Oxygen Esports. CrowdControl only 11 shots away from claiming their place in the lower finals. Oxygen Esports 16 away from taking us to a game 5 and staying in this game. Critterize for the Brightwing. Staying safe, staying alive. Super Strain for the Stukov. Imposing presence for ETC. Big talent against a hero like Diablo who likes to dive in. And if you can catch Genji in it, it's huge. Sizzling attacks. A fantastic talent for Tychus to continue to pressure this Diablo. It's a full auto-attack Tychus build. They're going to play underneath the bell tower. It's down to just over half health. Quasar keeping up with the Vikings well enough. Power slide finds the charge. Follow-up stun. Divine Storm not going to come in here. Apocalypse, Leyline, only catches X-Ray. Massive shove, pushing them back, buying time, Divine Storm. They're going to try and take out the tank again, but the cleanse comes out. But RH keeps everyone alive. Loba, they're being forced to retreat because with Nathmas coming in, they can play again. They're going to burn Odin to try and keep the pressure on and go for another kill. They still have Mosh Pit, remember. Divine Storm has already been used, but they still have Mosh. They burn it, find nothing. Polly with Critterize onto Loma, but he holds the line for the moment. Encore buying time. Massive shove doesn't land, and as such, Red Robot escapes. Lots of heroics were just used, and CrowdControl find nothing. Dude, this is not the Holy Count. There's no Divine Shield. If anything, this is the divine angry thrash metal pit as we see Red Robot finding Loma. There's the poly with Critterize once again and another pause. That's a rough time to pause when a fight's just about to start, but if there's a problem, you gotta deal with it. Unfortunate to deal with. We'll be back into the game as soon as possible. So close between these two teams. I'm actually going to have a quick look at the prediction to see what people have gone for while we're waiting. 67% of you said that Oxygen Esports would win. 33% of you said CrowdControl will win. So a third of you believe CrowdControl. Or at least a third of the bets, of the predictions, of the channel points basically, went to CrowdControl, and 2/3 went to Oxygen Esports. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Alrighty. So, excuse me. Waiting for the game to rematerialize. This is a bad time to find it because it's Oxygen who are pausing, implying that they might be having internet issues. And I hope not, because this is the worst time to have it when their literal league life is on the line. We'll see if they can make the comeback. See if they can do it. It's gonna be tough. It's still doable though. 16-11. Definitely a comeback they can make. This is crazy. This is crazy. Rutsao needs to win. I hear a game heading back in. There is the Hogger with the Hog Wild going in, trying to take out Diablo. Charge from Red Robot, trying to get Loma eliminated from the fight. Mosh Pit still not available. 60 seconds, but the longer they stay in this fight, the more encores Loma can get. Red Robot channeling in. They're using Baylog as Olaf has a huge delay. Stun from X-Ray, trying to chain him together with Benediction. They really want to try and take out Genji, but they cannot do it. They dive in. Hornipult in the lurking arm. Lots of damage dealt. P has to run away. Banana H also looking quite low. Vikings from behind with the play again, buying them some time. Trying to stop those 5 shots from going in. They siege away. Diva team has a huge advantage. Loma not stunned that time, gets away, tries to get into that backline. Moshpit already back up thanks to the power of Encore. Leyline, Apot, good damage. Polly interrupting Moshpit immediately as it's cast. 2 Vikings are dead, but so is Uther. But Red Robot is too low. They have to back up. P interrupts one more time. Brightwing's coming in, but that might have just sacrificed them both right into the lurking on the portal. Madara! They get away! Leyline seal! F Medivh, dude! I mean, well played. What a god, but what a freaking hero, man. Come on. That's gonna be the shots coming over to CrowdControl. 5 health left on the core of Oxygen Esports. Level 20 is available. They try to pressure forward. Ooh, interesting. Dying breath for Red Robot. Extra apocalypses. Bolt of the Storm for ETC. Invisible Friends for Brightwing. I'm pretty sure we saw an X-Strike living weapon for Genji, and that is going to be the upgraded Divine Storm Divine Hurricane. Bob and Weave for the Tychus. Keep those combat tacticians coming. Fury of the Storm for the Vikings. Stolen camp, very nice. Medivh cheats is available. Leyline is already up. 10 seconds until Apocalypse is up. Force of Will, keeping them alive. Leyline with Medivh cheats, catches Rutzau. That forces to disengage. There's a no control coming in for Hogger, which is going to be very chaotic versus the Vikings. Very fun to see. Asmus chased down. Invisible Red Robot doesn't want any of that. Not worth it. They're not in a great position to fight. Red Robot, he's hanging out. He might try the engage. He's fully invisible at this point. Asmus is trying to bait them in. They want to fight in that choke point. He's trying to force them to react, but no. The objective bot lane is more important now. With 5 health left on the core, but they find Red Robot. They spotted him. Moving in, even though he was invisible. He wasn't full cloaked yet. Vikings poking in. Remember, play again is available. They're still split pushing. What is this happening? It's 20 to 21 right now. Level lead for Oxygen Esports. Stun from the side by Nasmus. Buying time, delaying this. Red Robot beginning the channel. Charge. Trying to take out Loma early. Finish him. Leyline buys time. Apocalypse. Boom, baby. Catches them all. Loma is gonzo. They dive deep, taking out Uther 2. No redemptions this time. As Dequaza wraps around from the side. Oxygen Esports may have just saved their game. Play again. Interrupted by the grenade. A massive shove as Nasmus is being taken out. The Vikings coming in. Eric in trouble. Balog, maybe the only Viking left. The shots not coming in. Leyline does not land. If they got the kills, they could have tried to capitalize on it with a triple cap. They've sent Eric down. Living weapon, not enough. Dequaza gets out of 100 health. The big dive by P gets the kill, but doesn't get the reset. Brightwing comes in. P is trying to delay this. They dive past Diablo as well. They need to get out. Where's the portal? Where's the door? They get out of danger. Oxygen will survive. The shots came in from Eric. 12 health to 5. CrowdControl still in the lead, but Oxygen Esports, they keep piling on the pressure. They refuse to die, and they're hunting for kills, using Diablo and Force of Will to tank. Bot is looking shaky. Balog is pushing top. This may be a triple cap. Making their way top. Power slide. They attempt the mosh pit. 10-second cooldown, but they still get Genji. A big kill. Leyline is going to allow Red Robot to escape. APOC, they go for the turnaround. The follow-up's not really there. Play again from the Vikings. This is not really a fight they want to take without Genji. Hogger is still dead. Divine Hurricane catches them. Cleanse from another range. Mosh pit still off cooldown, remember. They only got the 10-second cooldown. There it is. Only catching Balog, Olaf, though they have to cancel it and retreat behind the wall. But that bell tower's not looking good, remember. If they take this, it will be the triple cap and shots will begin piling in for Oxygen. The last remaining bell tower. They make their way forward. Eric showing 2 other Vikings are nearby with that Nordic attack squad. They've left top, meaning a quick rush top could be possible. They're going to try and quickly cheese mid to prevent the triple cap. They rush it down. Another pause, 1 remaining. While we wait for the game to come back at this crucial moment. Oxygen appear to have momentum despite being behind in core health. They have momentum. They're likely going to get top from this, meaning that they have a potential 12 shots available. It is possible that they could end the game with this. It is possible. We'll have to see what CrowdControl can do. Are we heading to a game number 5? Or will this series end here? I don't know what that sound was. It came from the clean feed. But I am hyped. This is so tense right now. It comes down to this in terms of positioning. That dying breath from Diablo, a talent that's often overlooked. They've been targeting Diablo so often. That might actually be the key in this fight. If Diablo can get chain Apox off, they have a situation where they could control the objective long enough for them to get a clean fight. And they only need to get a couple kills to get the triple cap, the one of the altars, and the boss to end the game. They don't even need both. They just need one and a one fight. But they can't afford to let too many shots go over, because if they lose one altar, only one shot on the boss is needed from CrowdControl to end this game where it stands. It comes down to this. CrowdControl, Oxygen Esports. For a chance to fight for that position in the grand finals, we are down to our final moments of the game. This fight will likely be the last of this game. And it could, if CrowdControl come out on top, be the last of the series. We will find out who emerges victorious very shortly. We are waiting for the mainstream to return. We have, as usual, been told absolute nothing about what's going on. So we unfortunately just have to wait and listen for that. It would be really nice if we were told in the clean feed chat, but oh well. We're just getting ready to jump back in as soon as possible. Major, it's another pause by them, potential lags, and to be fair, you cannot blame them. It comes down to this. If you were in the situation, you would take every possibility to make sure that you have the perfect setup. Any ping issues, you want to wait them out, because your league life lies on this moment right here. I heard a sound. That was the unmuting of in-game microphone. I don't think that was either a push to talk or an unmuting of an in-game microphone. Someone is in, our observer is apparently in the in-game chat. But I'm not hearing in-game sounds. I'm having to use my ears. They always do the audio first. In fact, I'm going to do a bit of a no-no for CCL. Sedir! Thank you very much for your sub with Twitch Prime. We are now only 20 subs away from our 100 sub goal, excluding any that expire in the next few minutes. I'm going to do a bit of a no-no for CCL. And I'm actually just going to sit us on this screen so that we don't miss a single moment of the game when we return to it. And again, Sadir977, thank you very much for your subscription. I don't want us to miss a single moment. So we're not even going to transition. We're trusting them to show this. We don't want to miss anything key. So we have to wait. And make sure that everything is okay. I'm just going to peek at the main screen. They have gone to a literal break. God, it would have been nice to know that. Never mind, we have at least a minute of my bloody face. Sure, it would be nice to be told that they went on a minute break while this is fixed. But, well, we'll deal with what we can. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we're apparently less than 1 minute away before heading back into the game. We'll see who comes out on top. Excuse me. I'm excited. I am excited. Ripstream, we're here. We are here. It's the mainstream that's having issues and won't tell us anything as usual. If they ever do a CCL again, if they do a CCL again and they ask us co-streamers what we want, or if I get picked up by them, first thing I'm saying is, can you tell us what's going on? That'd be nice. Tell us the map bans, maybe. You provided us with a clean feed, and yes, it's very clean. Thank you. It's very clean indeed. But we get no information at all. I mean, it's a very first world problem. I'm very privileged to be able to do this, but it's annoying. Excuse me. All right, mainstream's coming back in 5 seconds. So we'll go ahead and jump back to our in-game screen to make sure that we don't miss any of the game. How do you get me on the mainstream? Tell CCL and talk about it on Reddit. Show people that you love me. That is literally it. They don't think they probably haven't picked me up either because of personal things from some of the main producers' friends, or because I don't draw the numbers like the people they've picked up. Show them otherwise. Bring it, literally grow this stream, and that's how. If you can grow this stream, or at least show them that you really care, then that's how you get me on the mainstream. It's as simple as that. Everything I've been talking about in terms of how you help this stream for 0 money, that's that. Everything you do there will help this stream, or it will help bring attention to me the other way. This is the movement. This is the Tetcher. This is the Tetcher revolution. Tetchelution. I hate it. Not gonna do that. Alrighty. They're saying something on the main stream. We're still getting no information. We're not hearing any in-game sounds, but we're gonna sit on this stream until we're either told some information or we can get back into the game. Because we are being told nothing. And I don't want to miss a second of the game. It does give me time to take a drink, though. Delicious, whatever brand would like to sponsor me. My favorite. Oh man, this is so tense. Why'd it have to happen now? The game is so close to being over. It comes to this. This really is incredibly stressful. Oh man, I'm watching the main stream. Okay, we're back in. Our stream will join them in a second, I hope. Please, Clean Feed, don't F me on this. Please don't F me, Clean Stream. I hear sounds. We're in! Mid-bell towers going down, boys! CrowdControl taking care of that. They reclaim it. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Oxford Esports grab control of top. Red Robot. He's full invisibility. Targets onto Loma. Taking him out. If you can remove that mosh value, you could get it. Baylog already channeling in. Dayquaza has dived past. Careful. Nasma sneaking around. X-ray spots it. Dayquaza's very deep. And die now. Taking out Nasmus. Dayquaza's buying a lot of time and he's taking a lot of damage. Leyline grabs 3. There's the APOC. That could be it. Down goes Dayquaza. Nasmus sneaking shots around the side. Loba, he's getting a lot of face melts, buying time. Madon are not even going to try and channel his side. They want the double. Divine Hurricane for the retreat. 27 seconds left. Bay Eric is down. Portal in. Red Robot, massive shove away. Nasmus is going to channel it in. He will channel the 6 shots for his side. Remember, this is lethal. If Oxygen Esports can win the fight, it is full lethal for them. Play again. It's available for Baylog, and he's going to bring in the boys. Lowberg dives deep. Face melts onto the point. Moshpit's back up, but he's running low on health. Nasmus running forward with the percentage damage. Lowberg's down. No Moshpit. Leyline. And they're going to try one more time. Second APOC. Die now is the last man standing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a game at number 5. Oxygen Esports take the game, and we have a tiebreaker. It all comes down to this now. The winner will move on to play against Wild Hearts. The losers will be the official 4th place team of CCL. We are ready. More hype. More games! So the end of that game, Die now topping the damage numbers by a chunk. Oh my god. Very nicely done. But that target, the last kill on ETC, the healing output, not enough to keep ETC alive. No final mosh pit from Lauber. He is taken out. And Oxygen Esports snowballed that into a victory. Grabbing Dayquaza as well is a big deal. He got over 11 minigun seconds. That will do. That will certainly do it. Pretty decent. Very nicely done. And with that, Oxygen Esports even up the score. I don't know if we're going to go on a mainstream break. Usually we go on a mainstream break now, but we just waited for like 8 minutes in-game at that point. The players probably had time to pee, but the question is, did they? If they didn't, the mainstream will go on a break once again. That Medivh cheats at the end. The Diablo Dying Breath. A very big deal talent that just helped them out a lot there. Getting that second APOC in. Reduced, but the cooldown reduced by 25 seconds for every hero hit. And he got everyone. The value is real there, allowing him to get that second to chase down the remaining members after the second ley line, which also had the cooldown reduction at level 16 for Medivh. And of course, the Dying Breath getting the second cast on death. Not even really needed. I was thinking that might be useful. The cooldown reduction is, of course, really important, but that Dying Breath might have been good against DTC, but he didn't really die after he took that talent, so it didn't matter. The Medivh value. I think we're probably going back to seeing Medivh banned. What a hero. What a hero. Solid design. What's the counter to Medivh? CC, I guess. Just CC him for long enough that his portal expires. Simple, Fivehead. Such a weirdly designed hero. CC him long enough so that you can kill him through his undamageable ability before his portal runs out, which is a long duration. Brilliant. Superb. Absolute genius levels. Alrighty. Let's check on the mainstream, see if they went on a break. Yup. Alrighty. So, we just had all that time to burn, but now we're still once again waiting on the mainstream. But it's coming down. Oh, wait. Choose the outcome. Oxygen Esports. The predictions. Complete prediction. Oxygen Esports taking us to a game number 5. There we go. Enjoy your points, fam. Oxygen Esports win. I will set up the next one to prepare for the next game. Excuse me. Start prediction. Win game 5. And we'll save that for when the draft starts. Please, once again, remind me so that I don't do a forgetty spaghetti. Alrighty. Unfortunately, this does mean that we don't get a Towers game 5, which would have been superb. Garden was banned. Tomb was banned. Have we played Infernal yet? I don't think we have. Hang on. Gotta go to the match history. Hang on. I'll get it. Alrighty, let's have a look-see. Battlefield, Sky, Volskaya, Tomb. So we still have Infernal. And I think we have we have Infernal and one other map. No, wait, 2 other maps, because there's a possibility of best of 7s. Dragonshire, that's it. So yeah, Infernal and Dragonshire are the 2 remaining maps. Alright. Coolies. Coolios. Awesome possum, as it were. So Dragonshire or Infernal? My expectation would be Infernal, because they want to end standard. Because both these teams have shown they can beat each other standard. It's going to be the map choice of Oxygen, because Wildheart are going to want first pick. Where would Oxygen prefer to go? Let's look at their heroes. Oxygen, they do play Rexar. 5 games, 100% win rate. I think that's enough alone to argue that they will probably go to Dragonshire. Or as Cordona put it, Dragon Shirt. I want a dragon shirt. I want one of those. Yeah, I'm at that age where I would kind of think it would be really funny on stream to wear like those kind of shirts that 15-year-olds used to wear, like 15-year-olds almost goth kids, like the 2 wolf shirt, or like the wolf howling at the moon shirt, or like an orange shirt with dragons on it, or stuff like that. Stuff that as a kid you thought was the coolest. There are 2 wolves inside you. One of them wants to love. The other one also wants to love. They're just really nice wolves. Alrighty. We're going to be getting ready to jump into game number 5 as soon as possible and peek at the main stream. See if we can get our map bans there back in 40 seconds. so we got a little bit. So yeah, my prediction is this will be a Oxygen map pick for Dragonshire, because they have Rexar, they're comfortable with like Leo, with D.Va, they play Yrel every now and again, only 50-50 win rate with that, but it's still good. They can Zeratul as well. Oh yeah, Cursed! How did we forget about Cursed? You're right. We forgot about Cursed Hollow. Oops. Ooh, hang on. Yeah. That changes things, actually. Because that map's available, it's either going to be Dragonshire for the chances of getting like that Rexar, or it will be Cursed for the potential for Abathur Vikings again, because it just keeps working. So yeah, I changed my mind. It's going to be Cursed Hollow, in my opinion. Curse the map, Dragonshire second choice. I think it's very unlikely that we will see Infernal Shrines, even though it's a really solid map. Actually, no. Oh, Dragonshire's an okay map for Abathur Vikings too. I think it's more likely we'll see Curse because it's bigger. And that's going to, it gives Oxygen more options. My prediction is Cursed. Locked in. Locked in the bet against myself. I think that this will be a Cursed Hollow map choice by Oxygen Esports. Hey, I'm right. Cursed Hollow is the final map by Oxygen Esports. Thank you for reminding me, Oxygen. Thank you for reminding me that Cursed exists. Thank you very much, Cordona, with the save. Saving me from humiliation. Alrighty, so we're going to be prepping to get ready for Cursed Hollow very shortly. This is a map where Oxygen can run all of their shenaniganry. They've got the Vikings, they've got the Abathur, they've got the Medivh, which is okay here. They have plenty of options. They even run Samuro. They've yet to win with it, but they do run it. It is possible. They actually have quite a lot of 0% win rate heroes, actually. Let's have a look. Win rate. 0. They have a 0% win rate with Garrosh over 3 games, Ana 1, Greymane 1, Lili 1, Ziva 1, Samuro 1, and Zarya 1. They have not won with any of those heroes. Unlucky. Alrighty, get into that draft, fam. Cursed Hollow will be our map of choice. This, no matter what, ladies and gentlemen, is the final game of the evening. So make sure you stay tuned if you were just thinking about going to bed. Tank it through! We've got one more game. And it comes down to this. Also, only 20 subs away from getting our 100 sub goal before the end of January. Thank you everyone who's been supporting. Winner of this match moves on to play against Wildheart Esports in next week's games. Let's find out how this draft goes down. CrowdControl with first pick, first ban. Yep. That is fair. I wouldn't be surprised to see them ban Abathur too. Wouldn't be surprised. Thank you. Thank you for the prediction reminder. And start prediction. Prediction started. Yep. Who saw that coming? We'll take you to the map where all our meme stuff works. Okay, I guess we're banning the meme stuff. Medivh is taken out of action. Now then, CrowdControl. Holger, Tychus, Uther, Johanna, Stukov, all these high-priority heroes, Cassia, Chromie, all these high-priority heroes who are almost banned out every single game are now available. Not Holger. Holger is banned. I can't read. Or look at pictures, apparently. A first pick D.Va. Worked very, very well for them in the past. Gonna bust it back in for Dayquaza. Dayquaza's D.Va, 80% win rate over 10 games, an 8-2 ratio. Very strong pickup for him. Very happy to have been able to pick that up. Gives them a lot of map rotation. It's actually, you can go for either hit the Nitros or the get on the point. Gives you some very fast rotations. So globals are immediately picked up by Oxygen. They still believe they have the better macro game. So Dahaka and Brightwing to out-macro their opponents. Believing they have the macro superiority, they try to punish CrowdControl such. CrowdControl now. With a lot of the globals removed, how do they react? They just keep looking for brawls. If they just win all the curses, they can maybe just keep pushing. They get Cassia and Stukov. I wouldn't have been too surprised to maybe see them pick up Sylvanas instead of Cassia to try and capitalize on the multiple globals of oxygen by going for a very hard push composition, try and punish him that way. Has Dahaka done well in CCL? I will let you know. 1 second. Zarya is banned out, but because I have the statistics. We want popularity, and let's scroll. Actually, we probably wanted alphabetical. That would have been smart. Let's do alphabetical. Let's be a smart boy. Alright, win rate is there, popularity rate is there. Dahaka has a 41% win rate and has been played in 7 games this season. So, not terrible, not great. Diablo is removed. Red Robot was pretty freaking beastly on it last game. What are we going to see this time? Chromie was let through and Johanna stolen away from Lauber. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Giving themselves a lot of AoE damage, 2 globals and a solid 3-man. With the option for another assassin or another bruiser. Leo Deathwing is a potentially good option here. If CrowdControl want to go a little more angry, they can even go Uther here as well. Double sport again. They stay with a more standard composition this time. Muradin and Hanzo. Hanzo, very squishy, paper almost, against a Chromie. Stokov's going to have to work overtime to keep him alive, and Gutzal's going to have to be very mobile. Excuse me. Oxygen Esports to finish off this draft. Sylv's available. They can go Hyper Push. They go Tychus. They go Falstad. Triple global. They are 100% committed to out-macroing CrowdControl, but they also still have insane boss control. Slowing Sands, Drag, Brightwing, the ability to teleport on, Mighty Gust, Johanna, Condemns, very effective boss control and zoning. The objective is going to be quite hard for CrowdControl to siege into. This may have to be a Valkyrie game. We're getting ready. It comes down to this. The final game of this round of CCL. Next week will be the lower bracket finals. The winner of this versus Wildheart Esports. I will be casting that minus some disastrous catastrophe or CCL ruining the clean feed. Wait, yes, there is a bet. You still have time. You have some seconds. You have 26 seconds. Go, go, go. Where is the bet? It's in the tokens. It's in the channel points. The game begins. We make our way in. CrowdControl on the left. They were so close to victory, but now they are on the precipice of not being able to make it through. Oxygen Esports. They made the comeback. They brought themselves back in. And they are ready to fight. Can they make it? Can they make this comeback? Reinforce for Johanna. Barely bet all of your tokens. Commitment. I love it. Bribestad. Very multi-man rotation top lane. They want to try and catch Dahaka out of position. Unable to do so instead. They rush the tower. Brightwing teleport again. Multi-man globals. They do poly Muradin, but he's already jumped out. Third wind for Lauber. Every time he's picked this talent, he has lost. But against this cob, against a Chromie, I don't blame him for picking it up. That rotation sustain could be really good. Let's see what they do. Die now, sustains. Holding together. Thunder Fury. Simple geometry. I'm actually having a look at the win rates of Muradin's third wind talent to see if it is, see what its actual win rate is. A lot of focus being done. Red Robot bodied, but again, Brightwing with the save. Already, the global is paying off. Madara is zoning against a Quasar, making those Bribestad stacks. Lauber makes his way up to top lane, which was abandoned. Dahaka got some very heavy push going on there. Okay, well, the talent filter does not work. I was trying to look up talent stats and just straight up doesn't work. So that's disappointing. I thought it did. I really thought it did. Hero. Muradin. I've done a refresh as the Bruiser Camp pushes in. All seasons, all stats. There we go, we got it. All right, hang on. Die now taking a lot of damage. We'll see this first. Lolba. Dragon Breath. Good damage. Takes quite a lot here. Lolba sustaining through once again as well. Healing up. Third wind working out for him this time. Tries to catch P. The cleanse even came out from Brightwing again. Going for this more cleanse-focused build. Really go for hyper sustain. This is the build that is actually my favorite on Brightwing. So I'm glad to see that the pros are finally starting to pick it up. Glad to see that I wasn't just super freaking wrong. Hero Stalker for the Dahaka. Alrighty, so third wind. Oh, wow, okay. Third wind only played 8 games, but it has a 62% win rate. So I guess I'm wrong, and I need to shut up. Highest win rate on each tier is third wind, followed by Thunderburn. Still the highest win rate there. Skullcracker, Haymaker, 100% win rate over 3 games. Good drag onto Muradin. Muradin will survive, though. There's a little bit of counter damage. P going to channel in. Lolba will interrupt that as bot lane continues to be counter-pressured. How long can Lolba delay this? How much damage can he take is the real question as Rutsao comes in as well. Remember, if Lolba can get out of danger for long enough, he will sustain up. Good snipe by P. That's enough of that. And that's going to be P grabbing that first tribute for his team. Very nice to see. Yeah, the level 4 talent is very situational here. We've only seen Bronzebeard Rage and Healing Static this entire season at level 13 for the Muradin. And then 100% win rate with Imposing Presence over 3 games. 75% for Stoneform, 50% for Dwarf Launch. And then 100% win rate for Unstoppable Force, 72% for Rewind. Lolba, lots of damage being dealt here. Really seeming to struggle against this Chromie. Feeding Frenzy for the Dahaka. Drag onto X-Ray. Dayquaza with the hit the Nitrous gets X-Ray out of danger. The long pitch for X-Ray, gonna back away. Playing safe, doesn't want to get himself caught out of position. Top towers already completely wiped. Dynow finally back up here. Critical missed once again. Extra healing. Goodbye Rutsao. Second time he's been sniped like that. The insane rotational flanking ability just eats them time after time. This is already 2 kills to 0. Crowd control. They're seeing their victory slipping away. As Oxygen Esports gain momentum. The Globals capitalizing. Making value. Finding kills. They even take an aggressive position on the next objective. Chromie and Johanna, just alone, those two, are causing a huge amount of problems. CrowdControl, they hard commit to this. Time trap. Lolba takes a big chunk of damage, but they're going to try and turn onto Red Robot. Brightwing teleporting in, Falstad, barrel rolling away. They're very nearly getting caught in the lurking arm. But Rutsao gets the channel. It's enough of a distraction. But in the meantime, Dahaka is pushing top lane. He's able to take down the fountain and keep pushing. Finally being forced to back away as he runs out of minions. They push in. It's an excellent point from Gromnin that these players are playing on EU, meaning at earliest for them, not having any British players, it is currently 3:30 in the morning. Amateurs. I usually stay up till 9 in the morning as we see Lolba clearing it out. This is, of course, difficult for them if they're not used to it, but they have been playing a lot with the Americans. They may be more used to this now. Dayquaza working his way through the boss. Cleaning out, keeping the pressure on. Level 10 for both teams. Bosses traded back and forth. All 3 global heroes soaking a lane each while Chromie and Johanna just keep moving together. They're taking the boss together. Brightwing will likely come in to try and help keep Red Robot alive, but that actually might mean the Madara could be zoned out, and we will see the second tribute go over to Crowd Control as they will hard push bot. This game might straight up just become a base race at this rate. They clear their way through. Fort for fort. Much more defense coming in for Oxygen than there is. Dragon Arrow for CrowdControl. They get Falstad. The self-destruct comes out for Dayquaza, keeping him moving, keeping him in this fight. Time Trap chugs Dayquaza with the Sandblast from P. The Kroby sieging away, but the boss still healthy. Dahaka pushing with his Brightwing. Split pushing mid lane. They took down top mid fort there as well. 2 forts for 1. But it is keep pressure here. Slowing Sands, buying time. Boss down to a 3rd health. They're committing very, very heavily for this. Kroby is still trying to work on this. Dayquaza buying time. Massive shove. Pushes Johanna away. Buys them time. Both keeps taking pressure. Dahaka from behind. The keep goes down. That's a big lead for CrowdControl. Drag onto Stukov. There is the damage reduction from the defense matrix. Muradin may die for this, but he's given his life for his team. The question is, will they be able to make the most of it? They can't mount up. X-Ray will drop. Top keep still taking pressure. The boss will die, but there's a big minion wave. A lot of them are distracted by other minions. Falstad comes up for the tribute to guarantee it for his team. D.Va boosting in. It is too late. This will be a keep and 2 forts for a keep and a fort. Bruiser Camp stolen away by Oxygen Esports, who still hold a lead, but both these teams have opened up a win condition with keeps already down. The spawn timers are low, but they've set themselves up for late game. Heavy commitment. This is going to be the strategy here. Oxygen Esports will try to get value. They have a level and a bit lead. This is the problem for CrowdControl. The lead for Oxygen is creeping further ahead. The triple global value is beginning to extend this lead to a point beyond where CrowdControl can find value. The tribute is coming up soon. It's on Oxygen's side of the map with keeps vulnerable. What can CrowdControl do? They de-push top to deal with the catapults, but it looks like they are going to contest this. They make their way in. Dynow already down here. No Valkyrie, remember. Gone purely for the ball lightning. Clearing the wave. Everyone is here for both teams. D.Va arriving a little bit late. But somehow CrowdControl have to siege this. Oxygen took the advantage positioning. Nova tanking through. He has Avatar, the Dragon Breath, a lot of damage. Dynow coming in from the side. The objective spawns. Micro missiles a little bit early. Nova needs to stay out of danger so he can get that 3rd wind up. He gets a little bit of healing. Banana Rage tanking in. Micro missiles interrupted, but the silence from the isolation interrupts Dayquaza. Muradin taken out even through the Avatar. He is blocked down. They instead took their attention onto Red Robot, but the healing from Brightwing is too much. Massive shove taking Kroby out of action for a bit, but X-Ray still falls. Random Balls is a lot of damage, but Oxygen are winning this fight convincingly. Self-destruct went a bit weird there, but it does go off. Doesn't hit anyone though. Dynow goes down. And Nasmus is trying to get roots out. Cannot find it, but that's going to be the curse going over to Oxygen Esports. Falstad bribing the camp. Is he going for core? There's 3 catapults on core right now with this camp. He might be committing to something here. Looks like he's not. They're going to commit to mid-keep instead, but he's buying some time. All 3 catapults killed off. Muradin with that bronze beard race. The spawn timers are still very low. Red Robot moving his way in. Dahaka and Brightwing pushing in bot lane. Double globals. Falstad already used his, so he's with the team now. This keep will fall. Proxy keep attempted in the bot lane by the rest of Oxygen, but it said they have to rejoin the team, just in case there's a fight. They don't get a huge amount of value down here. But they did proxy the wave, allowing their minions to push up, and they will grab that fort. The last remaining fort of CrowdControl. CrowdControl now down 2 keeps and all 3 forts. CrowdControl's life in CCL is drifting away as Oxygen Esports have a talent advantage. 2-level lead. A humongous structure lead. CrowdControl, they have to pull off an insane play to make their way back in. Drag on Loba, Bless Shield, Dragon Breath, Silence, Isolation, Muradin is down. The numbers game just went in favor of Oxygen Esports. Level 16 was just hit, but it might be too late. X-Ray chased down. Micro Missile Zone. They're buying time. They're trying to delay. Slowing Sands onto Dayquaza. Dynow escapes. Dragon Arrow uses Disengage. Elongated tongue, not landing either. Good sidestep by Rutzau. This boss is being delayed. This is giving a little bit of time for the members of CrowdControl. Muradin is back in 8 seconds. Lurking Arm. They clearing out the siege camp. Here's the commitment by Oxygen. They know they have to do this before Muradin comes back, or else this could be a contestation. Spell armor reduction, though. Onto D.Va. Do they go in? Do they try this? They do! Daquaz's on the point. Die now! A huge dive onto the backline is immediately taken out. Gust is used, but the boss is captured! We see Jojo being turned on Muradin, time trapped to interrupt the chase. They lost Cassia, but they may have just saved their game, but they gotta get back to base. Catapults and a Bruiser camp are on the core. They've gotta clear that out. Winions, yo! They're making their way in. They gotta clear that fast. They gotta clear it fast. There's 4 catapults. They will clear it up, but that's a good chunk of health off the core. 28% down. That boss is going to get absolutely no value, and there's about to be another one. Chromie and Joe mirroring their play from earlier. Oh, they're not going to take the boss. They're just going to set up and play defensively around the tribute. Not worth going for the boss at this stage. They don't want to take the risk. They're playing a little safer than we expected. Mid being cleaned out by Hanzo. Buying time. The explosive arrow helping out. Stun for stun. Muradin, he can't afford to die early again. Lava jumps out. Again, no burst sustain, no stone form this time. He's still reliant on that Bronzebeard Rage, which helps the wave clear. Drag, focus, dead. Immediately killed. Dragon Arrow only finds Chromie on the backline. Die now, dive deep, looking for Madara, who's boosting away. Hutzau chasing him in, but our team is completely split. D.Va, dragged, has out self-destruct, needs to be able to drop it, gets it just in time. There's the Gust, though, completely spinning it. What is happening to the self-destruct? X-Ray in full retreat. It's a man advantage fight for Oxygen Esports. CrowdControl can give up this tribute, but they don't want to. They lose another member. Stukov goes down. X-Ray's taken out. Quasar rolling away. Good to go. Vault to freedom. They will get away. But because they lost that tribute, Oxygen Esports are going to get the boss. They have their first tribute of the second set. It's now a boss pushing into a 72% health core. And CrowdControl, they grab that siege camp early. They can't afford to let it go over to Oxygen, who can invade at any moment. They can't afford to take the risk. There's a lot of catapults in bot lane. Dahaka making his way down to deal with that. So the backdoor possibilities of CrowdControl are non-existent. Level 20, Radiating Faith, the Contagion. It's going to be so hard to fight. Invisible Friends, keeping Johanna mobile. They spot her. But again, she is stealthed. They've got to do something. They don't have Sledgehammer. It's Reverberations, so they really have to focus all of their DPS onto this boss. Johanna coming in. Remember, Radiating Faith is available. Dropping the stun immediately onto the Demon to buy time. Dragon Arrow buys them time, but Daquaza is looking low. Wind Tunnel splits the team. They're trying to hold for now. Virulent Reaction bought them some time, but look at the boss. It's on the core. Rutzau moves in to buy time. They turn all their attention to it. Self-destruct is almost available, but they didn't kill anyone. Oxygen Esports are bringing the entire team. Here come the boys. Shield going down the core. Loba buying time with that ape, with that avatar. Down goes the die now on that Cassia. They're trying to stay alive. Self-destruct. This time it's working in their favor with the whirlwind as they are able to stay alive. Sowing Sands is still keeping them out of position though. The core shield is down. They can't afford to die. They can disengage if they need to, but they can't die. Daquaza rolls away, stays alive. And the Red Robot moves back in, cannot find it. And once again, CrowdControl live. They don't die yet. So it seems to be that the self-destructing mech is moved by the slowing sands. Neat. Falstad ports back to base, deals with the 2 catapults spawning down there. CrowdControl, they have lost basically every fight that they have taken so far, but they are not dead yet. It only takes one, and they are about to hit level 20. If they can keep their lanes clear, this next tribute is a curse. They can make their way in through bot. It's the perfect position for them. It's basically their last hope. It comes down to this for CrowdControl. 1 kill to 13 in favor of Oxygen Esports. Rock Stopper for Cassia. Extra armor. Rewind for Muradin. There's catapults pushing in top lane. There's about to be 2 catapults up there. They cleared the last catapult mid. They try to deal with the Bruiser. Oxygen Esports, they want to zone them away. They want to just grab this curse and run. They find Red Robot. Surely they noticed. Surely they noticed. The Bronzebeard Raid reveals Red Robot. He moves in. Radiating Faith is available if they want to try and turn it. That is a lot of damage onto X-Ray. He's able to disengage. Remember, Contagion is up. They could be in a really bad position here if they're not careful. Loma from over the wall finds the Haka. They're going to try and finish him off. They get it. First kill goes over to Crowd Control as they dive in. Dayquaza zones it. Dragon Arrow. Do they have enough? There comes the micro missiles onto Banana Rage. And there's the wind tunnel to buy them some time. Catapult's pushing into the top lane to get this going. There's still Radiating Faith available for Red Robot. They want to come in for another go. They drop the stun. There's a lot of damage onto Root Cell. No one's grabbing the tribute. It's all about this fight. It's all about this. 3 catapults on the top for the side of Oxygen Esports. They have to turn around and defend this, but they need that tribute. If they get the tribute, the minion wave may clear itself, but there's so much pressure. They channel. They delay. The tribute comes in. The curse. And that's going to allow Muradin to clear this out. They go for boss. They're going to try and end it there. They know top will clear itself now. Crowd Control are trying one last chance to keep themselves in this game. Chromie Sieges, Red Robot, they can't let him take this boss. Massive shove, X-Ray's in trouble! Killed off by the Dragon Breath. Here comes the Johanna to hold the line. Banana Rage on the point, they're knocked off the point, self-destruct, Banana Rage is down! They get the damage onto Johanna! They're chasing forward, Madara is buying all the time he can! But Oxygen have looked like their chances are drifting away! Massive Mighty Gust is back. They dodge the Dragon Arrow. Nasmus buys time. He's delaying with everything he can. Wind Tunnel gives them a little bit of chance to start working on that boss. The curse, 17 seconds left. They siege in. They're buying time for people to come back. 37 seconds left for Johanna. 33 for Brightwing. That boss is looking pretty healthy. They're making their way forward. Crowd Control to take this and make their way into the lower bracket final. Dino focused by Madara. He stands in the curse, loses a lot of armor. Dino focused down. Nasmus takes him down. But the boss burns through the shield. Dayquaza burning through it. He stands in the curse. No, he dodges the curse. Madara takes down Hanzo. Dayquaza. The mech is gone. Lava's curse. The armor's going down. The boss is low, but Lava is healthy. And thanks to Lava and the boss, Crowd Control take game number 5. And they will move on to the lower bracket final. Crowd Control win in the final level 20 fight. 1-13. And they took it back. They took it back. Crowd Control take the series and the game. Winning out in the end. 4 kills to 17. And 3 of those kills, two of those kills were on the boss. The Dahaka was the one kill that actually allowed them to do that, killing him in that middle fight. And they all survived, all of them dying at the end. The Muradin, the Avatar, we kind of talk him a little bit for not having the survivability. But the final pick, the final catch for Crowd Control takes it for them. Crowd Control will be moving on. There's an interview on the main stream. I'm sending you over to that while I take a quick break.
Forced keep. I just took because we knew we would never win just playing standard. They would just outmatch us. So we have to all in. The all in didn't work. And then we just had to play very defensive and go for like wild fights. Just, okay, guys, this is it. Like just take the fight. We lost most of them. But the game was so like early on still, even though people were high level. It was very early like minutes. So the boss wasn't healthy enough to core for them. Yeah. And then we managed to defend and, you know, got a pick and, you know, all in boss and then all in core. We won.
You had a very, you had an extremely rough game. You were 1-13 in takedowns, and you got picked off a lot checking bushes. Now I understand why that happened, because you're feeling impatient, right? You can't check every bush. You need to go, or the macro gets out of hand.
Yeah, but I mean, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I mean, like sometimes my deaths are valid. I think most. I get a lot of like critical, like criticism for dying a lot, and some of them are valid. Like the Dragonshire game yesterday was I channeled my inner Mopsio, as people said. But like I'm a tank that trades a lot. Like I like to die for my team. Like I usually just go in, and if I die and win the team fight because of it, that's what I aim to do. But also, I think some of my murdering this game was not that good. Like for example, the last top tribute fight, when they could boss and try to go for it. I managed to get out first, but then I went in to stall the Brighton with a Stormbolt, which I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you got everything back with that rewind double Stormbolt on Dahaka. That started the comeback. That must have felt good.
Over the wall, dude. I called it, and team followed up crazy. And after that, it was like the hype just built up, and we were like the comms was really, really good. And then, yeah, easy clap.
Nice.
So, I wanted to ask you just really quickly, because Garby and I were discussing this a little bit towards the end of the game. When you jumped into top lane during that start of that curse phase, right before that last big boss, was it to kind of bait the enemy team to say like, oh, Muradin's in top lane, they don't have a main tank? Or why did you rush into top and then double back really quickly just as the curse came out? Because Grubby and I were sitting there trying to like figure out what the game plan was, or was it just kind of
was it when I cleared minions, or
you cleared minions in top lane? Yeah,
you were worried about triple catapult top, so you went top as your team started boss, but you were capping cursed and you were getting it. So why are you there?
Because we were afraid of backdoor. So I'm basically just clearing and backdooring, because they can't really kill me if they try to the backdoor, and then my team can probably come in time.
You got back just in time.
Yeah, that was so well played. I just lastly, I just want to ask you, what's the game plan going into this week, into prepping for next week, and what's the game plan for CrowdControl here?
Dude, new patch. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna go full Justin maybe and just stop playing tank, because I just keep dying on them. So tank is a useless role, kind of. Like I agree with Masquerade and Justin and everybody. And so maybe, I mean, watch out. My main tank incoming. For Justin.
Nice. One more question for you before we let you go. Any shout outs you want to make?
Yes, I want to make a shout out to Major Mittens for doing this one, which is CrowdControl
nice.
plaque.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So check her out on Twitter, Major Mittens, for sure. Shout out to our handsome Uncle Turk for supporting us and his community. And shout out to all my fans that are watching and supporting me. Still, even though I'm inting, they still send me like encouraging views or messages telling me I still got it and stuff. So that helps a lot. And shout out to Fun's mom.
All right, as of course, Fun's
of
Fun's
course,
birthday
we gotta.
today too.
I'm a happy birthday, Funs.
Yeah,
turning 13.
Right.
That's kind of crazy. Good job.
13's a big year for sure. Well, congratulations on the win again today, Lauber. It was an epic series. Can't wait to see you guys play in the lower bracket finals. Get some rest, get some good practice. We'll see you next.
There we go. As Noah so wonderfully said. Yep, I fixed it. Don't worry. For starters, let me do the prediction. Choose outcome. Oh my god. 8% of you. 8%. I fixed it, Brace. We got it. 8% of you, of the bits. 8% of the channel points. 8% for CrowdControl. 92 for Oxygen Esports. Oh wow. CrowdControl are the victors. Complete prediction. Wow. That was amazing casting. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you all had a good time. I am cream crackered. Absolutely knackered. 23,000. Nice. Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for me today. For I am truly exhausted. If you had a good time, then please consider excuse me, dropping a sub to show your appreciation, gift a sub to someone else, drop a donation, and if you enjoyed the casting, share it with other people. We grow by bringing more people in to find new friends. Feels amazing. You love my shirt? Thank you. It is peachy. It's Rootsau. It's Rootsau, like arrow. Oh, Rootzo. Oh, okay. Rootzo. Gotcha. Appreciated. Good to know. Thank you very much. But yeah, if you enjoyed subs, bits, donations via Streamlabs, the stream. If you're looking on YouTube, Streamlab link below. Buy merch. The join button on YouTube. Support me there. Subscribe, follow, do all those things. But most importantly, talk about this stream and share it. That is the best natural way to get more people in. The word of mouth is the simplest, best thing to bring more people in. For now, though, I'm going to go die in bed, but I will start a rerun so the people who missed today's games can see them. And after these games, I will also put on yesterday's games as well, so you can make sure that you caught up on everything going into next week. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all, hopefully, next week, where I will be bringing you the lower bracket final and the grand final, assuming CCL don't kick me out. Thank you for watching, and see you all next time. Have a wonderful night.